I'm so excited you're here.
I'm glad to be here, Scotty.
Now, before we really get into this, because I know we're just gonna go on a million different paths. Have you been on a podcast before?
No, this is my first time being anywhere.
But you've listened to them?
Yeah, Joe Rogan. I like him a lot.
Oh my boy. Okay. I really don't have any big questions to ask, so I just want to start by getting to know you better.
Ooh, okay.
I'm not gonna go crazy deep. I just want to kind of feel it out and see who you are.
All right. Well, first thing I think of, I've been a DM for about 2 years now, running a couple campaigns with my brother and a couple of my friends. My English teacher got me into Dungeons and Dragons my freshman year, so I've been playing for 4 years now.
Describe DM to people that don't know that.
So basically, we gotta take a few steps back, really break down Dungeons and Dragons first. Because I doubt if you don't know what Dungeons and Dragons is, you're not going to know what a DM is. So Dungeons and Dragons is a role-playing game where it's paper and pen, old school, play elves, orcs, the whole shebang, rogues, magic spells. And me as the DM, I'm in charge of writing a story. And my players, say you for example, if you're
say out what DM is for people.
Yeah, Dungeon Master, or GM, Game Master. Basically, I run the entire game. So if Scotty here was playing, you were playing with me, I would be the DM. I draw out the maps that you play on. I get down all the statistics for all the enemies that you're going to be fighting, and everything you do is dependent on the dice that you roll. So your stats say you're trying to sneak past someone, you have a stealth of +3, you roll a 7, that's 10, that's math. So it's a lot deeper than that, but it's going to take me a while to explain.
I remember back in middle school that game was big.
Yeah.
One of my friends really tried to get me hooked on it. Never got to be a DM or a GM, unfortunately, but it's a fun-ass game.
Yeah,
I won't lie to you. So we met when we had the dinner with your major.
Mm-hmm.
Explain how you got to film major, because yours is a little different from normal stories I hear.
Well, my freshman year of high school, they did this new program called telecommunications. And they had no one signed up for it because it was very last minute. So if you had a study hall, they basically just threw you in this class. And I was fortunate enough I got into a class where people weren't entirely incompetent and a bunch of morons. So we actually did video production, and it was a lot of fun. So since my 9th grade year in high school, I've just been this is awesome. It's creative. I get to express myself through videos, and it's a different job than just going through maybe filing paperwork or doing construction or whatever, open heart surgery. It's I get to be creative with my work, and I get to express myself into my work. It's not just something a day-to-day job that I'm gonna hate.
So what kind of stuff did you make when you were doing this? Anything specific?
I was mostly into doing the intros for the news channel, our announcements. But I did have an ongoing show my freshman year where I was the weatherman, known as Sunny Slebs. Sunny Slebs with the weather. And I did a little persona. I had Sunny Slebs was not Ryan Slebrich, he was a different person. So
did you have a green screen and everything?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the little monitor on the side.
For sure. It was hey there, Riverview, here's Sunny Slebs back to you with the weather. Today it's going to be 75 and cloudy, but tomorrow it's going to be rainy, so bring your umbrellas. And that's just what I did.
There's a reason we have an audience here for this one. I just want you to know that. Because I don't know you a whole lot, to be honest, but I knew this was going to be really good. So how long did you, how many of these weather reports did you make?
Twice a week.
Oh my gosh.
Every week for the entire school year.
Was it actually played for the school?
Yeah.
Was this a public school you went to?
Yeah.
How big was the school?
Oh, it was tiny. My graduating class, I think, had 60 kids.
Okay. Where are you from again?
Oakmont.
Oakmont.
Yeah, I went to Riverview.
Riverview, which is how far from La Roche?
About a half hour away, maybe a little more.
Half hour.
Yeah, about so.
Well, Sports.
Sports?
Because I remember you, Thomas, and I all sat down. We were sharing stories about injuries and whatnot.
Yeah.
Just share it.
All
Honestly,
right.
just share it.
Well, I completed a total of 1 year of high school football without an injury, and that was my senior year. Yeah. My first year, me and my friend were just hitting up at practice, just doing a drill, and he wasn't pushing me back, so he got pissed off and slammed me to the ground, and I heard this horrendous pop in my shoulder, and I couldn't move my arm for a week, so I was out for a while from that. And then multiple times I fucked up my knee pretty bad. I wrestled too, so the constant when you shoot in to attack your opponent, you're constantly just smacking your knee off the mat, and that eventually wore down. Okay. So basically, the way your knee works, the knee cap isn't actually touching any of your bones. There's a liquid or whatever keeping it there. Well, I had hit my knee off the mat so many times, that liquid was gone, so my kneecap was just grinding against my bones. So, and they couldn't really do anything. They couldn't put it back in. So that's just how that knee was. And then I think it was 10th grade year, I had torn my meniscus in the same knee. So, but the doctor told me I didn't need surgery, so I continued playing. And then junior year, I kept playing, but my knee just kept giving out on me randomly. And then I got the surgery, and it took me a couple weeks to heal, so I got to play 3 more games. Except the first game I came back, I went to block this guy, and my hand got smashed between his helmet and mine, and I just blew up a bunch of vessels in my hands, and it easily swelled to 2 times the normal size.
Do you have any nicknames in high school, middle school?
Besides Sonny
Maybe in college
Slebs?
now. What'd you say?
Besides Sonny Slebs, no.
Where
I'm
did
sorry.
you come up with that?
There was a nickname. There was a nickname that I got in middle school that I'm pretty sure they just used to make fun of me. It wasn't an actual, hey, that guy's cool, give him a nickname. It's that guy's freaking weird. So it was 7th grade, there was this dodgeball tournament, and I was I'm going to go really over the top. So I put on, the sleeves you wear on your arms, athletes wear or whatever. And I don't know, I was wearing a hat. I was real big into hats, snapback hats. And I come with a dodgeball tournament, and all, the older kids are hey, check out Arm Sleeves, kid. So everyone called me Arm Sleeves, but, it wasn't hey, those are some cool arm sleeves. Those are some dumbass arm sleeves.
Well, what was on the arm sleeves?
It was...
Was it just, colors, or...
Nah, it was just, the generic, just, black sleeves.
Just the basic?
Yeah.
Did it, stop, at the elbow?
Oh, no, it was forearm only.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Didn't even
So
go
you looked
all the
like
way.
a quarterback calling the plays, didn't you?
Yeah, and I had them on both my arms.
You didn't take dodgeball light, did you?
Oh, no.
Was dodgeball, outlawed technically when you were in high school?
When I was in elementary school, I went to Penn Hills for 2 years, and it was banned in there. We couldn't play. And then, when I got to high school, they didn't care anymore. But they didn't have, the rubber balls. They had, the styrofoam balls.
Yeah, the, mushy ones.
Yeah.
Those are stupid.
Yeah, I know.
When it used to be the rubber balls, I used to always hit the same kid in the face every time. I felt so bad.
Those things can break a
the guy the whole
nose.
time.
Those things are intense.
If you throw it right and you get a good spin on it,
Yeah, they can break a nose.
You can burn some skin with that.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's outlawed, honestly.
Yeah, I mean...
It's a fun game. It's the best game to play in gym class.
Oh, I know. That's the only time I dressed for gym, but the gym teacher was a former football coach, so if you played football, you didn't have to do gym and got an A.
Did you play any other sports?
Yeah, like I said earlier, I wrestled a bit and I threw discus. I tried basketball.
Oh, you did discus?
Yeah, I threw disc.
How far could you throw it?
My furthest unrecorded was 120 something, but my furthest recorded in a actual meet was 115.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Did you ever win a meet before?
Yeah, in our section, they weren't too good. I don't want to be that guy, but I can't.
No, man, sing your praise. This is the place to do it.
I was often first or second, and the only time I came in second was because there was this other kid on my team, Cole, who threw 125 in meets.
Whew.
Yeah.
How heavy was the discus that you throw
That's a good question. I
in
don't
competition?
know. I actually don't know that answer.
You.
It's 1.5 kilograms, I think. I threw discus.
Does that sound right?
Probably. I think so.
1.5 kilograms?
I think so.
Man, that's...
1.5.
So, were you like a gym rat then for that? Like, lots of lifting to like
Not
get that thing up in the air?
Not my because discus is a lot more technique, like than it is
When you like spin and
Yeah,
everything.
but my senior year, my junior year, I wouldn't say it worked out a lot. But my freshman and sophomore year, I was real big into lifting, like a lot.
Like benching,
Yeah,
deadlifts.
like pretty much anything to increase my weight. Like I think the end of sophomore year, I was up, or like junior year. I think middle of junior year, because I had to lift for football. I was up to like 260 on my bench. But now I don't know. I could probably do like 225 now.
Still.
It would be like a max. It'd be like one up.
Yeah, you're saying that, but we know it's not true. What I've noticed about you is that you're kind of a night owl, aren't you?
Oh yeah, 100%.
When do you normally like go to bed? Just curious. Like, what time do you usually go to bed and wake up?
Well, now because
How about before college?
before college, easily 4 to 5.
What the hell would you be doing?
Anything.
Anything.
Like watching YouTube, playing games, watching Netflix, binging anime, whatever.
Like, nightlife wise, would you be out?
Oh,
Yeah.
no. It's 100%. I'm just in my room, like on my phone, watching YouTube
Just
or
chilling.
playing games. Yeah.
Okay. Well, what kind of shows you into? You're a film major.
I am a film major.
What do you got?
However, whenever I watch TV, it's normally anime. Like, I don't really watch a lot of...
Big anime guy?
Yeah.
List off some of your anime. What are your favorites?
Well, I grew up with, like, Dragon Ball, with Naruto.
Okay. Very
The
classic.
Yes. The shows that are out right now, though, like come out like every week. I've been watching a lot of Dr. Stone, Fire Force, Demon Slayer. A couple that I've watched, like top 5 anime probably. And number 1, there's this. It's probably like number 2. Number 1 is maybe Gurren Lagann. It's a mecha anime.
Explain that. I don't know what that is.
Like what a mech is.
Yeah.
So giant robots piloted by people. Like you've seen the stereotypical Japanese like big ass robot fights a big ass monster.
Yep.
Mech would be the big ass robot.
Okay.
Yeah. But this is it takes a little different because like it's not the stereotypical fight monster. It's fight aliens. It gets a lot deeper than that, but.
Did you watch anime like on cable, like Saturday nights Adult
Yeah,
Swim?
Toonami.
Toonami.
Yeah.
That's what it's called.
Yeah.
You watch like all that?
Oh yeah.
Is that why you'd stay up so late?
Well, no, I just watch it on like any of the streaming services. Like I watch Verve normally because they have a lot of good anime, but like Crunchyroll and Funimation. Like I remember last summer, not like the summer before we came to college, like my junior summer, I watched One Piece every night because I had to catch up to like 800 some episodes, and I was on episode 1, and I got there.
Did you really?
Oh yeah, I'm watching it right now. I'm even on the manga now.
Oh shoot.
Yeah.
I think I saw 4 seasons, and the only reason that was honestly my favorite anime was because of the laugh tracks.
Oh my god,
I
yes.
cannot get over the laugh tracks. The first one I saw.
Well, they only get better.
I know, but I just don't have time to watch
Yeah,
it.
it's absurd.
One Piece. It's a good thing you said that because
Yeah.
that is my favorite.
It's so
anime
goddamn
ever.
good. It's so good.
Say that again.
It's so goddamn good.
Now say it in the weatherman voice.
It's so goddamn good. So
my
goddamn good out there. The sun is shining. It's a good ass day.
I am so glad you're on here right now. So, back to the weather thing, because
Yeah.
I have like a million questions about that. Where did you get the name from?
Well, my last name is Slebrich, so Slebs and sun weather, sunny Slebs. It just kind of stuck. Oh, and
Were you like famous when you did this at school?
I mean, I don't know for the good reasons, but yeah, I'd say so.
And you enjoyed doing that, I assume.
Yeah, it was
I
whatever.
mean, apparently you have like the broadcasting voice.
Yeah. Well, See, our first year, there was no structure. So I went on there and did whatever I wanted. Like,
Was it weather or was it?
no, it was weather, but that kind of took a back seat to what I really wanted to do, which was just a bunch of random anything. Like this one episode, I went up to the library because that's where the filming studio was and the green screen. And I see two of my friends sitting in the library using the computers. And I'm like, hey, you want to be on RVTV? That was the name of like our channel.
What was it called?
RVTV.
RVTV?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, you want to be on? They're like, yeah, why not? So I get them in there. They're standing on each side of the frame. And I'm just like, what can you do? So I find an American flag. I give one to this guy. And I had a bunch of ones in my pocket, so I give it to the other guy. And I go through the weather normally. They're just standing there. And at the end, I'm like, and on Friday, it's gonna rain, baby! And he starts throwing the money in the air. My other friend's waving the flag. I turn on like rave music. It has nothing to do with the weather. But I don't know, people loved it.
You just popped my left eardrum.
It's all right.
Thank you.
I mean, yeah, it was just a whole bunch of nothing. Just me going up there embarrassing myself for the enjoyment of others.
But you had fun with it.
Oh, yeah, it was a blast.
That's good. Yeah, when I started doing YouTube, I mean, I did some of the stupidest shit I'm ever gonna look back on. But honestly, if I didn't do it, I think I'd be fucked.
Yeah.
Because I would not be in film right now. What got you, like, what do you want to do in film? I don't know if we talked about that before. Like, what do you want to do after college?
Well, I've always been an editor, but as long as I'm doing anything as far as making film is fine. But I think what I really want to do maybe is direct.
Direct.
Yeah.
Have you ever experienced directing before?
No. Which is why I'm thinking, I don't know
Before.
Well, I mean, in a traditional sense, probably not, because, like I said, there weren't that many people, like, in my particular class, and they weren't exactly the best. So, like, I'd set up shots and stuff and, like, film a project. Like, we did skits, and I'd set them up and I'd film them, but I guess very, very low novice tier directing, I guess I have done.
So when you'd make your weather report, was there like a local like school channel that like cable would broadcast?
It was just a school. Like we'd show it in homeroom and.
So it's just a school thing.
Yeah.
Okay, because where I'm from, there is a channel in like the entire like county that everyone gets. So if you do something like that, it makes that channel. And people can actually see it in their houses.
That's awesome.
I know.
I wish we did that. Parents knew it was a YouTube channel. That's how we did it. Yeah. I mean, parents would watch it. We actually got in a lot of trouble.
Is it still on YouTube?
Oh yeah, it's still up there.
Oh, I gotta find it then.
Yeah, it's gonna be you gotta scroll all the way down though.
Is it like a school YouTube channel that would go on?
It is it's RVTV. It's separate from the school. It's called RVTV Studios for anyone that wants to check it out. Like I said, you're gonna have to scroll down a bit because the titles are only the date, and I can't remember when exactly Sunny Slebs aired. It would have been my freshman year, so oh my god, what year was that? I don't know. The earliest year they're broadcasting things because that was the first year we did it. I think it was every Tuesday and Thursday.
So this was a freshman school only?
No, it was like a high school, but that's whenever I did it.
You only got to do it freshman year.
Yeah, I dropped Sunny Slebs every year after that, just because I wanted to pursue different stuff, because it wasn't that demanding, but it was like, okay, I gotta film this day, I gotta edit this day, I gotta do this, and then by the time like I finished it, I had like a day of free time. I couldn't really work on other projects, and I was like, I want to expand my horizons a little bit. Which, ironically, that was the name of the show. It was called The Horizon.
That's the name of the show?
The name of my particular segment. It wasn't just called, like, Sunny Slebs. It was called, like, The Horizon. Mm-hmm. So it was The Horizon with Sunny Slebs.
I think someone in the crowd found it.
Is that it?
Yeah.
I think someone found it.
Yeah, The Horizon. Yeah, it was. I just went up there. I printed out a sheet of the weather for the week, and I just kind of freeballed it.
No, you know how like weatherman, like they're not that accurate with the report. Were
No,
you accurate?
I printed out.
Or just go off what other people said?
Oh yeah, I just looked up Channel 4's newscast for the week, and I just would like pin it up on this board and this little piece of paper, and I would look at that while I was filming, and I would just wing whatever else.
So you got to do it in front of a green screen, you said?
Yeah.
So did you actually get like a monitor to see like what the actual like map was that you were working off of, or did you just have to like guess?
Oh no, it was just.
Did you edit it so you can make it work?
Yeah, I just, like I said, I had that piece of paper that just, it had Monday, Tuesday, whatever, like, I think it was like a 5-day week forecast that I would look at that. And
Oh,
I didn't have
the
like the
little
rain
clicker
coming.
thing and the little
No.
slides. Oh, that's cool.
No.
That'd be cool though if you did.
It would be awesome, but that was not in the budget.
So what kind of programs did you use then when you were doing that?
We edited primarily with Final Cut Pro.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's
Hell
very
yeah.
simple to use, but you can do a lot with it if you get creative.
You gotta know your way around it.
Yeah, like a lot of the stuff I did though was a lot more technically like demanding than the computers could handle. Like we parodied the Superbad intro. I don't know if you.
Oh, did you really?
Oh, it was real hard. I did that one. It was hard.
Really?
It's not to a T. It was. Sorry, I gotta put my keys down.
No,
They're
dog,
stabbing me in the leg.
Dog, you're fine. Get a water out of the fridge. I don't care. Do whatever you need to.
It wasn't to a T. It was just. I basically filmed someone dancing in front of a green screen.
Mm-hmm.
I turned it so that their video, their contrast was all the way down, so it was just basically the silhouette of them. Then I changed the color of that, and then I changed the green screen background to a color that, like, I can't think of the word. The contrast was nice, so I put like yellow on a blue background. There's people dancing, and it was just like their colored silhouette, and then just like fancy transitions.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I had another ongoing show called The Queue, because my sophomore year I focused primarily on intros, so it was a lot of editing stuff, and then junior year was a lot of just me being on The Queue, and it was me and my buddy Michael actually on the show, and my dude Tyler on the camera, and then someone who shall not be named was put in charge of being our executive producer.
He put that in air quotes.
Yeah, she was a bitch.
Oh.
She was a bitch. I don't know if I'm gonna take it to the next level above bitch, but she was like super bitch.
Why would she?
So like,
What'd she do?
I personally, whenever I'm doing something on camera, I hate having a script, especially on a talk show. Like, that takes away all the genuine, like, talking that you're doing there.
Was that like the setup was like talk show?
Yeah, it was, people would send us in questions, quote, send us in questions, because no one actually ever sent us in questions. We'd make them up and say that people sent them in. And we would just answer them. Like, it'd be like, what's your favorite Lord of the Rings movie? Or, like, why do you hate this? Or, like, what's your favorite this? And, like, the questions were more just setting us up to, like, just have banter and be silly and do whatever. But she was so, like, she wanted us to go script. Like, if it's not this way, if it's not my way, then I'm going to throw a hissy fit and I'm going to bitch you out. And it's like, fuck you, dude. Like, it's a talk show for a high school announcement channel.
Right.
It's our show. You got stuck on here because no one else wanted to work with your ass. Now, like, take a step back. Let me do my thing. Let Mike do his thing. And, like, you don't gotta be a bitch.
So is that like your only time like experiencing like working with a team to like make something? Like that kind
to
of
that
show?
extent, yeah.
Okay.
I like I said, I'd have to work with people before because I did this. It's not ambitious, but for us it was pretty ambitious. It was like a 4-part series that was based around Are You Afraid of the Dark, like the old Nickelodeon show.
I remember that show.
Yeah, and I basically was like, I want this class to make 4 individual skits to run 4 days in a row, and it'll be like a continuous little mini-series for Halloween. The problem was I had to delegate projects to people that I knew just couldn't do it. And I was like, okay, this is stressful because my group's got everything under control on their end. I'm getting shit done. And like, I probably, I had a part in making all 4 of the skits because I was like, I can't, like, they're fucking around. Yeah, so that was fun. It was stressful. It was that was probably like my biggest, longest piece. But then I was messing around with a little bit of like quote makeshift animation.
Oh, really?
Kind of. It was me more so manipulating Final Cut to imitate movement and animation.
Mm-hmm.
It was I basically parodied a Pokemon battle, and it was a whole lot of layers of me just like basically taking a still picture of me, moving it into frame to make sure it stops right where I needed it to make it look like I'm coming into a Pokemon battle, the enemy coming in, and like the health bar going down. But I had no idea how to like do actual animation, so I was just like, okay, I gotta find a way to use what's in Final Cut Pro to give me these movements, and it was a pain in the ass. It took me like 3 weeks.
How long was the video?
Video's on probably like 4 minutes or so.
Oh, wow.
It had to have at least 15 layers though. It was crazy.
Really?
It was absurd.
Dang.
Yeah.
I think the most layers I ever used was in Vegas Pro. I think it was like 19.
Yeah.
And it was for at my high school, my senior year, I had to make a class video because the person that was supposed to do it didn't make one, and like all the girls in our class were pissed about that.
Yeah.
So I was in a music class, but I wasn't musically inclined.
Mm-hmm.
And the music teacher had a bunch of like old videos and said, "You're good at like editing video, right?" And I was like, "I mean, I'm okay."
Yeah, we've done it before.
I made a 35-minute video
Oh my god.
a week and a half before we graduated. I burned like 40 copies right in time for graduation.
That's insane.
Handed all those out. I don't know if people kept them. I think people like burned them or something like that. Like, yeah, I don't really want this shit, and they tossed it out the window. But it was like 18 or 19 layers of just shit. Just a bunch of shit. Because in Vegas, it was on a laptop and it wasn't on a PC, so it was kind of different.
Yeah.
But like some stuff wouldn't work in like the 3rd layer, so you have to put it in the 8th
Oh,
layer.
man.
Like random shit just
Yeah.
wouldn't work for me. So I just kept adding layers to the point I had 19 layers of just pure shit in this timeline.
Oh boy.
But it came out. The ending was really good. It came out pretty good.
Yeah.
I was proud of it. But luckily I didn't have to work with anybody. I don't know how you are. I'm okay working in a group, but by myself, I feel I'm a lot more productive.
Oh, for sure. 100%.
Have you done like solo projects at all?
Yeah, like
Other than what you just told me.
I mean, all the projects I've done a lot of stuff at home that I never finished. Like I just started stuff and then just stopped, just for fun. Like I wasn't trying to get anything out of it.
Yeah,
I just
like
enjoyed
stupid
doing
stuff.
it. Yeah,
Yeah, like small little.
yeah. It was.
So you've done that.
Yeah, just little stuff. It's mostly like edits I do. Like I take like clips offline, get some audio, and then throw it together, some fancy little transitions, and be on my way.
Have you seen YouTube poops before?
No. What's YouTube poops?
Oh my goodness. So the best example is SpongeBob. Someone will take an entire episode of SpongeBob. They will chop it down to like just like a millisecond of something they need, and they'll pull in like 18 other episodes to make one like crazy sexually active episode of SpongeBob.
My God!
The best one I have ever seen, and I saw it with my best friend, is called Mr. Krabs' Bloodlust. It is the craziest thing. It looks like an actual episode, because this guy incorporates like 18 different episodes of SpongeBob, edits it so it looks like they curse, they bang, they kill people.
Oh my God!
It's so good.
I need to watch this.
Yeah, honestly, that's what it's called. You can honestly look it up. It's amazing how people can edit stuff, and the tracking. You know what tracking is, I assume.
Yeah.
The tracking they do in these videos is amazing. They can take SpongeBob and make him walk in a way he's never walked in an episode of SpongeBob. It is so crazy what they can do.
I definitely need to check this out. Like the second this is over, I'm watching that. Like
majority of the people that do make them, when they like put in their credit roll, most of them make it in Vegas.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've used Vegas.
No, the only thing I've ever used was Final Cut Pro with my class, and then Power Director 15.
You told me about that one.
Yeah, because it was cheap. I was mostly editing like those kind of edits I told you about, and like if I did edit anything else, it was gonna be simple. So I didn't need anything crazy, and it was cheap. So
What kind of freedom does Power Director let you do for editing? Like, what does it let you do compared to, like, Final Cut? Same things, different things? I've only seen it once.
Similar things. There's, I like it a tad bit more for the kind of stuff I do, because with Final Cut, if you place a clip down in the bar, it's going to snap to the next one.
Yep, I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah. And Power Director, if you put it down, it stays right where you left it. Like, it's not going to snap to the next video. It'll just be a bunch of blank space in between that, the previous video and the next video. But it'll stay right where you leave it. It's not going to move around. And whenever I'm, like, cutting stuff up, moving stuff over here just to save for later, and, like, moving stuff around with
just
all the
playing
edits.
around the timeline.
Yeah.
You don't like it when stuff moves by itself.
No, it's like, I want you here because I'm saving you for later. I'm working over here now. I'll get to you in a second.
I think you'd like Vegas Pro then, because there's a button on the timeline you can press.
Yeah.
So if you delete something, everything moves, or you delete something and there's a gap there.
Yeah, same thing. Like,
Okay.
if I just delete it, not like it won't move, but if I hold, like, Control Delete, everything will snap back.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one thing about Final Cut and iMovie, and honestly anything that goes on a Mac. Which, by the way, are you more Windows or Mac?
I'm a Windows guy, but I feel like that's definitely a biased opinion because I've never had a Mac. So.
But have you worked on one before?
Yeah, I worked
like to
on
edit?
Yeah, in my high school I worked on it. I mean, it was fine. It wasn't any different or anything.
Yeah, I got this when I was just out of high school.
Yeah.
Because I saw that, vlogging on YouTube was taking off for me, so I needed something other than Vegas. And then I used this. I'm like, I don't know, Vegas is pretty good.
Vegas is nice for, like, if you're not doing something crazy, even if you are doing something crazy, if it's not way over the top, it'll get it done.
Yeah, but apparently you can make these crazy-ass SpongeBob videos.
Apparently.
In Sony Vegas.
Yeah.
Have you used any Premiere?
No.
Adobe? Yeah, I don't like that one.
I don't. It's just.
And that's what everyone's using.
There's a lot going on there.
That's what everyone's using. I hate that one.
Yeah.
And you know how you can download like so many plugins for that? Final Cut doesn't give you so many.
No.
But then like Adobe, like every week, honestly, you can get all these new plugins just to make a blue filter.
Yeah, it's absurd.
It's like, why the hell did I want that in the first place? Yeah, I hate Adobe. I love Photoshop.
Yeah.
That's it.
I've never dabbled in the shopping of photos. So.
Oh, you never done Photoshop?
Nah.
Oh my god, it can get fun. Honestly, I got it. I just started screwing around with it for thumbnails, and then I learned how to do some pretty funny stuff. And I made some like funny photos, and I'd send them to people like, that's not real. And I'm like, well, it looks like it's real.
My dick hands. Making dick fingers.
Maybe you shouldn't use Photoshop.
No, bad things would come out of me using Photoshop.
Have you used what's it called? After Effects?
No.
Final Cut has one called Motion.
Yeah.
That costs more than it should be. I don't get Motion. You ever used that like post-edit software before?
I know what it is. I never used it.
Does Power Director offer anything like that?
I honestly couldn't tell you. I don't know.
Did you get like a bundle from them? Was it like audio software, video software, something like that?
Yeah, it gave me an audio. Like I don't want this at all. So it's just took up space, deleted it. It was a waste of.
So like, what's your plan? Like here in college, like what do you expect to get out of this? For film school.
Well, I definitely have like a lot to learn. Like I want to learn a lot more about film and stuff. Like even just like filming and like set design, like every aspect of it. I know I need to learn more about if I want to compete in like the actual like field. I definitely want to get better at editing because I feel like that is what I'm leaning towards to do because I already have a lot of experience with that.
You can edit my vlogs.
I'll edit your vlogs.
Have you watched them?
No, not yet. No.
Not yet. Yeah, you're gonna watch them like, yeah, I don't want to edit that.
Nah, but I just anywhere in the film industry I'd love to be, even if it's I don't know. I'll be a temp. I'll go grab someone's coffee. Hell, I'll rub Brad Pitt's feet. I don't care.
You're gonna rub his feet.
I'll pay him to let me. Come on, I get to come home to the family and be like, guess what the hell I just did? I just rubbed Brad Pitt's feet. I'm never washing those hands again.
You have a girlfriend, you said, right?
Yeah.
Are you gonna tell her that?
No,
It's
yeah.
like, you what?
No, trust me. she's aware of my fantasies of Brad Pitt.
You
Don't
never rub my
worry.
feet, but you rub Brad Pitt's feet.
Well, listen, Brad Pitt's a whole other animal.
Hey, be careful now. Be careful now.
Hey, there's no secrets.
Apparently not.
No.
You're rubbing Brad Pitt's feet over here. So, what are some of your favorite movies then?
Oh boy, I don't even know.
What kind of genres do you like? Like, what's your favorite one?
Well, I love fantasy stuff, so clearly, like Lord of the Rings is amazing. I've seen Forrest Gump about 30 times,
It's a
but
stupid movie.
well, hey, well, easy now.
Oh, I thought we said no secrets.
Ah, you're right. You're right.
Ooh.
No, it's I get that. It's I like it more so for the historical aspect because I love history. So just seeing like America's history and like anything, I just enjoy. So
You like documentaries?
I've watched a couple documentaries. Yeah, there was a good one on Netflix I saw. I think it was by CNN or something. It was they had one on like each decade.
Yeah, I know
you
what
saw
you're
that
talking
one?
about.
Yeah, I really like that a lot because it tackles the history that like you don't see in textbooks, you know.
Which decade did you watch?
I watched 70s and I watched a couple episodes of 80s. I didn't finish it.
You didn't see the 90s?
No.
Oh, man. 90s are really good.
Yeah.
90s, they talk about HBO a lot. You know about how HBO and everything.
I don't think I do.
You know about The Sopranos?
Yeah.
It was like one of the best HBO originals. That was like the concept before Netflix originals
Yeah.
and Amazon originals and all that stuff came out.
Oh yeah.
They talk about that show so much.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still in the first season. Because they say it's that great of a show. There's only like, I think it's 3 or 4 seasons.
Yeah.
But when they were talking about, they say like, this is the best show. People would pay for HBO just to watch this one show. And honestly, that's like if you bought Netflix just to watch like Stranger Things.
Mm-hmm.
Do you watch that?
You know, I was kind of set off because I saw the trailers and I was like, oh shit, this is like a criminal mystery. This kid got kidnapped. It's gonna be about like this kid went missing. It's gonna be like an actual real life drama. And I feel like if I went into it with a different mindset, saying like, oh shit, this is about to be some awesome sci-fi, like whatever, it'd be dope as hell. But I went in there and then they started throwing this and that and like paranormal shit or like, you know, extraterrestrial shit without spoiling anything. I'm like, this isn't what I signed up for at all. Like I was expecting like a really good like criminal like drama thriller. I don't know, something. But I got a Demogorgon.
When I was in Colorado over the summer, my friend showed me it was an Amazon Prime original movie, which I didn't even know was a thing.
Oh yeah, Amazon. Listen, Amazon will grab anything and they will
didn't know that was
hold
a
on
thing.
for dear life.
I think it's A24 production, A24 studio, something like that. Oh, what's the movie even called? I'm going to feel so stupid now because I just brought it up. I'm going to look it up. You talk about something, I'm going to look it up. I want to interrupt you.
Talking about Amazon original right now, there's actually this good anime on Amazon Prime right now called Vinland Saga. And it's about like, it takes a different view on Vikings.
It's called Hereditary.
Hereditary.
Not to cut
All right,
you
cool.
off.
No, it's cool. I was just stalling.
I think it's like 2.5 hours. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Do you like thriller, horror, like
Yeah.
mindfuck kind of stuff?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Because that's like my favorite kind of movies now. Do you have Amazon Prime Video?
Yes, of course. I only
Okay.
order stuff off Amazon.
Okay. Watch Hereditary.
All right.
My friend showed it to me. It's like a different kind of like creepy.
Yeah.
It'll play with your mind.
Yeah.
The story is so good.
Well, I prefer that over like jump scares and shit.
I mean, I think there's like 1 or 2, but
But it's fine.
It's so good.
Yeah.
The story is so great, and it's on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
It's an Amazon Prime original. When 13 Reasons Why came out on Netflix, the first season I was like, it's kind of a touchy subject.
Yeah.
But then the second season, I'm like, this is a touchy subject. Then I binge watched the third season. I'm like, hell yeah.
Yes.
Have you seen it?
No, but I was going along as if I did.
Good man.
Yeah.
This is why we like you here. Yeah, amidst watching YouTube poops about SpongeBob.
Yeah, I got
Hereditary on Amazon Prime Video.
Watch that.
Do you have Netflix?
Oh, of course.
13
Come
Reasons
on.
Why.
All right, 13 Reasons Why, Hereditary, and YouTube poops.
Yes.
All right.
You're gonna be just like me after you watch all that stuff. I guarantee it.
Oh boy.
Because how did we meet?
How'd me and you meet?
Yeah, how did we meet?
No, it was at the dinner. It was at the major dinner.
Didn't we see each other before then?
Probably.
Because I don't remember.
I saw a lot of people before that.
And then it was the dinner, and then that night was the
Cruise.
Clipper cruise.
Yes. And then we just bullshitted on top of a boat.
Man, that was something.
Yeah, it was.
That was an interesting
Yeah.
party boat ride.
I wish I could see during that. I couldn't see shit.
Well, that's why I vlogged it so you can go back and watch it.
It was so dark everywhere.
Yeah, that was weird though. It got so cold.
Yeah, it did.
Did you notice when we went under the bridges?
It was warmer.
Yeah.
It was awesome. I look forward to going under the bridges.
I didn't know if it was like as cars were driving over it or
Oh,
what.
it was definitely the cement emitting some type of heat or
You
something.
think so?
Oh, yeah.
And
For
then
sure.
like, it got so damn cold.
Yeah.
Have you done that before? A Clipper cruise at all?
No, that was my first
That
time.
was your first time too?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was a Clipper virgin.
How often do you like go to Pittsburgh?
Nah, not too often.
Not too often.
I'm really not a fan of going through the city. There's too many people.
Are you like a Pittsburgh sports fan at all?
I don't really. I mean, yeah, I'll watch sports, but you mentioned a name of like some of the most famous football players. I don't know who the hell you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, like
Have you ever gone to like a Pirates, Penguins, Steelers game?
yeah. I say
Big game.
Penguins games are my favorite kind of games to go to. They're just flashy and
Quick.
yeah, they are.
It's a quick game.
Yeah, I played football my entire high school career, but god damn it, it's so boring to watch. It's so
Is it to you?
It's so boring to watch.
Really?
Yeah, it's just not enjoyable.
Oh, wow. I didn't really like starting watching baseball until I played baseball.
Yeah.
Because I didn't really appreciate the game until I played it.
Mm-hmm.
And, I really can't play it that well, so I have much more respect for the people that can now.
I mean, let me tell you, like, if there's two things on TV, you got football, maybe run for 2 to 5 seconds. If you're lucky, you get 10. Or I could go watch these Japanese cartoons of people blowing shit up, What's more entertaining? Granted, I can't understand what the hell they're saying, but I can read it.
So I take it, anime is a really big thing for you.
Yeah, huge thing.
Okay. Are you, like, artistically, like, able to draw anime at all?
Yes.
Okay, so I've always wondered this. When people watch so much anime, and I've seen this with so many people that you don't think are like artistically inclined at all, they can draw these fucking portraits of anime.
But like that's like almost the only thing I can draw. Like I can draw.
Is it because like the
decently.
design, you pick it up real quick? Is that why?
Well, I kind of just I don't know, because I kind of taught myself how to draw it. One day I was just like, I want to draw some motherfuckers. So I sit down at my desk, I pull up a picture of one of my favorite characters. At the time, I was watching Fairy Tail, so I was like, I'm going to draw Natsu. It's a shitty anime, don't watch it. It's absolutely trash. But at the time, it was fun. So I'm sitting down, I'm just like looking at it, and I'm like just imitating the lines perfectly. I'm just like looking at the picture, and I'm just moving the pencil exactly what I see, and I get the picture. Which is like, I don't know, I've never drawn like before. It's just, and then
Could you look at it and just do it?
yeah,
Man, I can't do that. I'm lucky if my stick figure line is straight. Honest to God.
Yeah.
Like everything slants when
Yeah.
I'm done now.
But the problem is, if I try to draw something without looking at it, I can't fucking draw. Like, I need to have a reference. Like, I need to be looking at something I can draw. Like,
Damn.
yeah, like, there's some people I watch, they can just, like, draw it off memory. And I'm like, I'm sure if I practiced more, yeah, but right now, like, I have to be looking at it. But if I'm looking at it, it'll be pretty damn good.
What was it you think that got anime really big? Because like 10 years ago, it was not
no.
what it is today.
I mean,
It was a very small
Yeah, it
group, and
was.
if someone was, they were very quiet about
Yeah.
it. Something has changed that
For
exploded
sure.
this thing
For
open.
sure. I mean, I know, like, I've watched Dragon Ball, and I have a love for the show because I grew up with it, but to be completely honest, the story's pretty shit. Like, the fighting in it's awesome, but, like, it's Dragon Ball. It came out in the 80s or 90s. If I spoil it, it's on you now.
I'm trying to think, what is it that got it so big?
Well, I feel like Dragon Ball does have a big part because over in Japan, it's not that big. Like, it's big, but it's not that big. In America, though, it's huge.
I noticed
And,
that.
I don't
American
know.
people are making
Yeah.
animes that look like they came from
Yeah.
anywhere else in the world now.
I feel like it's a lot more ease of access to watch anime now because I don't know, when I was a kid, like, I wished I could watch more anime, but where are you going to watch it? Like, you got to wait for Saturday's Toonami or go buy it. Now, there's streaming services for free. Like, Netflix gives anime, Hulu gives anime, Amazon Prime does anime. There's Crunchyroll, Funimation, Verve, High Dive. You can watch anime.
Subscribe to all of those?
I am subscribed to Verve and Funimation because Funimation has a fucking cockhold on a bunch of anime I want to watch, and I had to. And I can't watch it with ads anymore now that I haven't for like 3 years.
Man.
Yeah.
Even people on YouTube, they can make their own.
Yeah.
It is amazing what people are starting to do with anime now.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
It is.
Did you watch Pokemon?
Oh, hell yeah.
Early 2000s? Okay,
Oh,
good.
yeah. Like the original
I
one,
had a
not when
feeling.
it gets shit, you know?
What about my roommate likes Yu-Gi-Oh a lot. Did you ever watch Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, I played the game a little bit when I was a kid, and my brother recently got me back into it.
I think you and Corey get along well then.
I was talking to him at dinner. I saw him sitting there, and I went and sat to him. We were talking about Yu-Gi-Oh, a bunch of like D&D shit.
We get into Target. It was the second day. It was just him and I. We get to the Target all the way in the back of the store, trading cards of every kind.
I can't walk past it. I
He
have to buy.
runs back there. He doesn't say, "Hey, I'll see you in a few minutes." He makes a mad dash, pulls over like this old lady that was in like a wheelchair, pushes her over, kills like 2 of the employees, and then just stares at these Yu-Gi-Oh cards
Yeah.
for like 5 minutes.
Dude, it's addicting.
I didn't think Yu-Gi-Oh was still relative.
Well, see, yeah, it is.
Relatively new.
Well, yeah, they still make
Recent.
They still make
Do
the,
they really?
the anime's still going on.
Is it really?
Oh yeah, they update cards all the time.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah.
I did not know that one.
I mean, it's ass. I haven't watched it, but I'm an original Yu-Gi-Oh fan, so I'm just going to assume it's ass.
You're just gonna watch all the originals, just like SpongeBob. You watch all the
Yeah,
originals.
exactly.
You watched SpongeBob before?
I love SpongeBob.
This is why we're friends. I knew there was a reason.
No, but yeah, I bought a couple pre-made decks because my brother wanted me to get into it with him, and he wanted something to play with, so I bought a couple we play. But what I'm really into is Magic the Gathering. You know anything about that?
I had a friend in high school who showed me how to play it. It was hard for me to pick up.
It has a learning curve for sure, but no, it's a problem. For a year, every time I saw them, I'd buy a couple packs. I spent easily.
About to say packs weren't small.
Oh no!
I remember I always see like those like accordion size stacks that you could buy.
Oh well, like I'm saying, like just the booster packs, they're like $5, like 4 something, but with tax. But
How many cards would come in that?
15, and like but only about like 3 of them are usable, and then you're getting doubles every time you buy a pack. I spent easily probably close to $800 on Magic cards, just over the years.
Man.
Oh yeah. My collection's huge. I mean, I shit on people. Don't get me wrong. My decks are nice. Yeah.
Let's say that in the weatherman voice.
My decks are fucking nice.
Oh my gosh. That's probably the most interesting thing.
What, the weatherman thing?
Yes, I would never.
I'll do the
guess.
rest of this. I'll do the rest of this podcast in my weatherman voice if you want me to.
No, that won't be necessary.
Okay. Oh, and every time at the end of every episode, I'd be like, "Have an American Day review. Sonny Slebs signing off."
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You must have had so much fun with that.
Oh, so fun. So fun.
Man. That's one thing that I wish that my high school did have. Now, granted, it was a very small,
Yeah.
it was a Christian high school. It was very small. There wasn't even 100 kids in the high school.
Yeah. That was my elementary school. It was a small Christian school. My class had like the largest class. There was like 15 people in it.
What's your religion? What
That's a good question.
denomination, unknown?
I was raised as Presbyterian. However, I lean more towards not quite. I don't know how to put it.
Just
I
start
believe-
talking. I'll make sense of it somehow.
I believe that there is definitely something up there. I don't know what.
Okay.
But I believe more in just the cosmic, like, everyone, like, has a fit in, like, the harmonious cosmos. I don't know how to describe it. It's more
Agnostic?
of like it's more
Like
of
a step above, I guess?
it's more of like
You know he's there, but you do a little bit more than agnostics?
I don't know. A lot of the things, like, I toss around a bunch of things. Like, reincarnation isn't a complete, like, I don't know. It might be a thing.
Does your own faith like affect your judgment or decisions sometimes?
Not really.
Not really?
No.
Okay. You just do what sounds humanely
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Which is
Yeah.
not a bad thing.
No.
Sometimes that is better than
Yeah.
doing that. And I've noticed that because some of the people that went to the high school I went to,
Yeah.
it was a 4-square church, so there were different denominations. I was a Catholic in a Christian school. Some of these kids, they would play it by the book. They take word for word. And honestly, they look so dumb.
Well, it gets dangerous, man. Like
if it said, turn around and stab Scotty,
yeah.
guess what they're doing?
Just turn around and stabbing the fuck out of Scotty,
They'd
man.
turn around, they'd stab me.
No, trust me, dude. Religion is a dangerous fucking thing.
Well, like people that go to school to know how to read the Bible, know how to study religion, and properly preach, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing. But then you have all these out there religions where people just make shit up.
Yeah. Like a little bit of personal story. My girlfriend right now, she's actually originally she moved here from Dubai, but she's originally Jordanian.
Dubai?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes. I mean, you know what I say.
Did you meet in school?
Yeah. She moved, because she had an uncle around the area she moved in with, and then she came to the school.
Okay.
But her dad is extremely, like Muslim, follows Islamic too.
Okay.
Yeah, like the book.
Right.
And
what's it called?
the Quran.
Quran.
It's probably pronounced wrong, but Quran. Yeah. So basically, it was just okay for him to beat the shit out of the mom and the kids, and it was just accepted over there.
Really?
Yeah. So I mean, eventually, she left them one day at school, called the police, all this other stuff, and she got into the custody of the state, and they had to go back eventually because their visa was running out. But she got to stay. Actually, she's living at my house right now, so she's there. But yeah, it's and they basically, the reason she won all her cases and she got away is because her father threatened mercy killing because she left Islam.
What's mercy killing?
Basically taking her out into the desert, shooting her in the back of the head. Just because, almost like seppuku in a way. Like, you've dishonored the family. Now, in order to make up for it, you pay with blood. And, yeah, it's a fucked up situation, man. All because some book said so,
Well, back where I'm from, my neighbor across the street, nothing like that. Great guy. Great family man.
Yeah.
Nothing like that.
No.
I don't get it because you see these really good people.
Yeah, it's just...
But then I guess back in wherever they come from, it's...
Yeah.
You said this one's from Dubai.
Yeah, well, she lived in Dubai. I think her dad always stayed in Jordan. But then again, it does come down to one own's interpretation of the book that they read and the God that they worship,
I don't know a whole lot about Muslim.
Personally, I don't know that much either. I just go off of what she tells me.
So you might actually be able to answer this, and if not, don't worry.
All right.
Are there it's hard to say it, people that decipher the Quran for I don't know if it's called a church, but the audience that's there to worship? There is.
I don't know a lot about it, but there is. I know every year they have. What's it called? It's I can't think of the name. They go. Oh my god, I'm gonna lose my mind if I can't think of this. It's all over Snapchat when it happens.
You can Google it.
Okay, I will.
I'll improvise. This is where I'll plug.
Oh no, I turned my phone off. It's over there.
Oh well, go ahead. I'll make something up.
It's so basically they come back and they worship all together. But yes, there is a following. I don't know if it's a lot of church preaching, but I do know that they do have religious things that they do, as in gatherings.
How do you feel about the all the shootings that have been going on recently? Every week now.
It's crazy, man.
Every week something's going on.
It's absurd. It's absolutely crazy, and I don't know. I don't know if there's one solution or not. It's just
Do you think guns should be outlawed?
I don't think they should be outlawed. I don't know if I'm probably somewhere in the middle. Because, like, if you go all the way one side, no guns, all the way the other, more guns, I'm like, maybe at the beginning when this all started, putting more regulations would have worked, but we're so far down the rabbit hole at this point. Like, it's just a social norm for there to be shootings, and it's sad to say. It's terrible to say.
We know someone brought it up in my advertising class. We were talking about advertisements. One of them, a girl brought in a picture. It was two girls. One was holding a book. The other was holding a gun.
Yeah.
And someone brought it up. You know, weed is eventually going to be legal in every state. So eventually,
sure.
it's not going to be cool anymore to, like, go to your man to get some because you can go anywhere to get it. So she took that and she said, if we make guns legal for everybody with no gun laws, it may be different because now everyone has a gun. And so when someone wants to shoot all these people can shoot this one guy that's stepping out of line.
I mean, there's so many people with guns in America. I mean, I think everyone has a right to self-preservation, just like everyone walking down the street, they have a right to self-preserve, defend themselves. So that's my main reason for, like, don't take away the guns. Like, everyone has a right to it. What was I going to say? I mean, no one's going and shooting up a shooting range, you know? No one's going and shooting up a place where there are guns. They're going to places where there aren't.
That's a pretty good point.
Yeah, so it's like,
It's
I mean, they're going to get them. Like, they're going to get them. But
well, you know, they're like going like all over. There was a school shooting a few days ago that was 10 minutes from my house.
That's crazy.
And I didn't hear from my parents all day. I'm seriously thinking, like, how many people were killed?
That's crazy.
How close was it? Because the article wasn't so precise, but at the same time, I was like, how close did they get?
Yeah.
That's the one thing that is crazy. It's getting closer and closer.
At this point, I don't even know, like, if there is a solution. It's just, at this point, it's just so, just there.
When there was the shooting in the temple, I think it was last year?
I don't remember. Every time just kind of
It was last year.
together.
It was cold outside, I remember that.
Yeah.
How close was that from where you lived at the time?
Well,
Because it was in Pittsburgh.
yeah. I mean, I'm pretty far out of Pittsburgh. I think I have to take maybe like a 25 to minute drive to get into Pittsburgh.
That's
Like
close.
into the city. It is close. It's right there. Actually, this isn't like a school shooting, but I didn't live in Verona. That's where I live. I say Oakmont because Verona is just this tiny thing next to it. People know Oakmont more than Verona. A year before I moved in, this girl's dad, I guess, was on the FBI's most wanted list. And it was during school hours, took an AK-47 out into the streets and started lighting everything up. Cars, buildings, just spraying the town down. And the school wasn't on lockdown until like 8 o'clock at night whenever they finally got this guy. Like, crazy. And like, I live like a block away from where that happened now.
What is going on?
It's crazy, man.
Did you hear about Texas this past weekend? Happened on Saturday.
I haven't know.
Guy hijacks a mail truck and he's just going around shooting people.
I think so. My grandma was actually talking about that. He was like, the police were chasing him and he was just like, fuck it, I guess I'll just take people down with me, right?
I think.
Is that the same story?
I don't remember the full story. I think he hijacked the mail truck. He started shooting people. And then the police started getting involved. And then he got more aggressive with shooting. Apparently, there was like a second milk truck that got hijacked that day. Apparently,
What the fuck's up with milk trucks? First of all, who still drives a milk truck?
mail.
Oh, I thought you said milk.
No, not a milk truck.
Okay, no, never mind. That makes more sense. Mail's all over the place.
Yeah, mail truck.
Fuck it, ban mail trucks.
All right, how you gonna get your mail?
Email, man.
Email.
Amazon will send their drones. They have a monopoly on everything else. God damn it. They'll have mail too.
It truly is terrible.
It is.
What is going on?
It is, and I mean, it just is a part of society now. That's the sad part.
And you don't have any of the solutions. As a weatherman, you don't have any of the solutions.
I mean, shit, all I can tell you to do is take an umbrella out there. I don't know if that's going to help, though. It'll keep you dry.
Sorry, I'm just writing something down.
No, you're good.
What's up, Corey? Our roommate walked in a few minutes ago.
I mean...
Hello to the world and everybody listening.
What do you think? What do you think the solution is?
Well, you see, they want, and this is what I picked up, they want to do it in a way so they can check gun licenses and then take it from there. I think it's way too late for that.
Oh, for sure.
I think it's way past that prime now. And I think the best thing to do is to not make a big deal of this.
Not yet, you know.
Because the more you make of it,
That's what they want.
the more people hear about it, the more that people want to do it, see more people doing it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there was one weekend, 3 days in a row, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I think it was the FBI. They caught 3 people one person each day that was going to do a mass murder.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
What the hell is going on here?
It's fucking trending. Like, that's what's crazy about today's society, man.
You know, it started with a bank, and, you know, back in, 50 years ago. It starts with banks, poor robberies, and then it's schools all of a sudden.
Yeah, why?
It just escalates so quickly to the point where it got into temples and churches and...
The bar not too long ago was a nightclub.
Yeah, in Miami. Good call. Yeah,
anywhere.
How much deeper do you think this is going to go?
Dude, just anywhere that they can. Because they don't care who dies. They just care that people die. And anywhere that they can get to easily without much resistance, that's going to be it. The path of least resistance.
And, you know, so many people, and I feel like movies have done a good job showing this, and documentaries also. People have gotten so good at holding back being mentally insane, mentally crazy, wanting to kill someone, to the point where, you know, you could go and get counseling, and the person says that they're fine now, but they've been holding something back the whole time. As soon as they get out, no one suspects anything, and then boom.
Yeah.
Next mass murder.
Yeah.
Just like that. It's terrible.
Yeah, I know. I mean, shit, mass murder nowadays might as well just be murder. It's so common.
Yeah, it's not one person died today. It's
No.
1 million people died.
Yeah.
Eventually you might hear that.
Yeah.
It's crazy what's going on here. So what's on your mind? Let's get away from that subject. You're a very interesting person.
Oh, well, thank you.
You're very interesting.
Well, thank you.
When we went to Sheetz last night,
That was a rough night.
that was funny.
Whew. My driving's not normally like that.
But the Walmart, when we went to look for the fan.
Man.
So, for everyone listening, when... Was it Monday night?
Sunday night.
I thought it was Monday night.
Well, Monday night kind of carried over.
Wasn't... Well, Monday was Labor Day.
Yeah, but we were out. I think AC got jacked up on Sunday night, and then he carried it.
It was Monday.
Okay,
Because
so...
there was no AC.
When did... You said the power went out, right?
Yeah, briefly.
Was that Sunday when it happened?
Sunday night. Because we had bad thunderstorms. Dude.
Oh.
yeah.
So, power surge Sunday. AC didn't work in the dorm rooms that we live in at all. Sunday night, Monday, into Tuesday. Monday night, Ryan sends me a message and he wants to get a fan. So we go to Walmart, we look for 2 hours and we can't find a fan.
Yeah.
What time was it by the time we got back?
Maybe like 2:30.
2:30.
2:30, I think.
We went to McDonald's too.
Yeah.
Man, that was...
Because I started not hungry, but, after 3 hours wandering through Walmart to no prevail, you get hungry.
I've never seen 4 people working in a Walmart at night.
Yeah.
Because, that's when they're stocking shelves and doing... I've never seen that small amount of people. That I couldn't believe that.
Yeah, it's crazy. I also tried to win, the claw machine. Oh, and the fucking light that lasted a half hour. Jesus Christ. Oh, my God.
The left turn light.
I think that's what maybe caused the time. So, we're stuck at a red light for a half hour, but there was a cop right next to us, so we couldn't just gun it. It was 1 a.m, though. So, who would have... It's a victimless crime to run a red light at 1 a.m, and you can quote me saying that.
I swear that cop was going to gun it. He was going to turn on the lights and just...
I think he changed the light, because the second
You
he
think
decided
do
he
you think
wanted to
cops
turn.
can do that?
Oh yeah, there's no dude. Come on.
They have like the universal remote and they just hit the button.
Exactly. It's like the movie Click.
That's a dumb movie.
No, it's a dumb movie, but it's a tearjerker at the end.
Okay, I guess.
What do you mean?
I hated
His
that
entire
movie.
life was
That was
gone
a
like that.
terrible movie.
Yeah, but listen, it's not Happy Gilmore, but Adam Sandler shows his true colors.
Terrible movie. Terrible. That better not be in your top 10.
Oh hell no.
So what kind of... We talked about movies. What kind of music are you into?
Oh boy.
I think you said before almost anything.
Almost anything. Really not that into like modern day rap. Really not that much into it.
Okay.
If I listen to it, it's mostly just like because my friends put it on. I do like a lot of Kid Cudi.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I do like a lot of like late '60s ish movie, like Woodstock type shit, like Jimi Hendrix.
Okay.
Yeah, Beatles.
Okay.
Yeah, that kind of
Respect.
music. Yeah, I mean,
Respect.
it's just it gives off some chill vibes, bro.
Yeah, dude, we vibing on this
Yeah,
podcast.
we are, bro.
Let's pull out the bloods that we don't have.
I know.
Except this one. Any like techno, EDM, house, trap, dub. That's my kind of shit, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not like. I don't dislike it, but it's not why I'm not gonna put it on. You know, like I'm not
gotcha.
gonna actively.
Yeah, it's not for everybody.
No, I mean there was a phase in my life I listened to a lot of dubstep, but then
Skrillex.
I don't know, just anything really. Just the
I bet it was.
Maybe.
He kind of brought in like the new era of like headbanger, like
Mm-hmm.
8 years ago probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's just noise.
Yeah.
The music he could make was just noise, and people are over there headbanging
Yeah,
in the
it's
crowd
crazy.
to it.
It's just like music, as far as talent goes, has drastically declined. If you look back to like, I don't want to be like, whippersnappers these days listen to shit, but like,
I mean, they're not wrong.
but like you take someone like Frank Sinatra, like I love Frank, and then you compare him to someone today. Like, I don't know, the other day I was getting my oil changed and there was like this big fucking fiasco about Taylor Swift and her new music. It's like, yo, fuck you, Taylor Swift. You sing the same goddamn 3 lines over and over again and you get famous for it, alright?
But she knows how to appeal to teenage girls, though.
Well, yeah, it's not that hard. You just tell them they're
that's
pretty
smart.
and they'll fucking love you.
You know what they want to hear.
Be like, you're perfect the way you are and you should buy my fucking album that's overpriced.
Or just pirate it.
Yeah, I don't know the last time I bought music.
Good, I'm not alone. That was my next question, too. Like, have you actually, like, bought a physical CD?
Yes.
Like, you yourself have bought?
Yes.
That's an outdated thing.
Oh, 100% it is. I mean, there's some cars nowadays, do they even still have, like, CD trays?
Yeah.
Do they?
Yeah.
I have an older car.
Usually it's, now it's like the CD tray and a spot for the aux cord.
Yeah.
That's it.
See, the car I drive doesn't have an aux cord, so I had to get one of those things that plugs into the cigarette lighter.
I use that too,
the
yeah.
Bluetooth.
And you have to find like the radio signal
Yeah.
that works best, or
Yeah.
it gets all staticky.
Mine works flawlessly.
What year's the car you drive, by the way?
2002.
I'm 2003.
Ooh. How many
Okay.
miles?
198,000.
62,000.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, the job I had was half an hour way back home, so I'd be putting the miles on quick because I was working like 5 out of 7 days, 6 out of 7 days. So that racked up quickly for me. But for you, how far away was the job you were telling me about when you were a food runner?
Yeah.
How far away was that from your house?
It was like 5 minutes.
Oh, so that you
That was
could
right
walk.
down the
You
road.
could walk there. You could take a bike if you
Yeah.
wanted.
Oh boy, that place, which will remain nameless because they'll come from my ass. They
What was
will.
that like being a food runner?
Food? Oh, it was fun. I enjoyed it a lot. Like, I used to be a dishwasher there. And that was
Oh,
fucking
so you had to
ass.
start from
Oh, I damn near wanted to kill
ground
myself.
and work your way up the
Oh,
steps.
yeah.
Is that the highest you got was food runner?
Yeah. Well, I also did a little bit of prep work in the back, and I feel like, I don't know, they're equal, I feel, as far as responsibility, but yeah, food runner probably the highest I got. They offered me a position as a bar back, like they said,
really?
oh, I would have loved to do it. They were
Oh,
like,
wow.
They were like, oh yeah, we'll train you as a bar back. I'd be like, fuck yeah, let's do this. Like, that'd be awesome. I make my own tips, I don't have to share my tips, and I get to learn how to make drinks. But they never did that.
Wow.
But
Well, I mean,
See,
you're not 21 also.
No, you only have to be like 18 to serve drinks. I've served alcoholic beverages.
Yeah,
all
but
the
to
time.
pour anything, you gotta be 21.
Do you? I think bar back, I wouldn't actually.
State of
made the
Pennsylvania
drinks.
might be different, but I'm pretty sure everywhere it's 21.
All right, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, we were talking about like my football and sports injuries. The worst injury I had was actually at work.
Oh, did you fall?
Oh, it was bad. I was actually my shift was over. I should have went home, but the dishwasher that was there was fairly new and alone, and he was getting swamped. He was having a bad day, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'll help him out a bit. I'll be a nice guy." I'm not wearing my non-slip shoes, and they're mopping the floor.
Jeez.
So I'm like, "All right, I'll run the dishes, whatever." He sends through like about like 5 shot glasses. I think they were bigger shot glasses. I think they were like a double
Doubles?
shot. Yeah. So I'm carrying 5 in one hand, in my left hand.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
yeah.
Oh, no.
And I'm walking out to put them away.
Oh, you poor guy.
And next thing I know, I see my feet above my head. And like I go to brace my fall, the shot glass is still in my
Oh, my
hand.
goodness.
They probably hit the ground like a split second before my hand does, because my hand just right onto like shards of glass. It opened up my pointer finger real bad right there.
Is that?
Yeah, that's from that.
Really?
I did like 3 stitches here.
Oh, my.
Big gash here. Damn near, like it cut this so deep that this part of my finger was flopped over. Like here. Cut me here real bad. I had to get 11 stitches total.
On your hand.
In my hand.
What about your other hand?
This hand was fine.
Did those glasses fall too and you just like missed them?
No, they were all in one hand because I was like,
Oh, I thought you had like both hands.
No,
Okay,
5 in
okay.
one hand.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
No, I had righty.
Okay.
No, but that was the worst night of my life. Hands down, worst night. Because
How long were you in the hospital?
I was in, let's see, like, it was
And
probably
did you
like-
get stitches that night?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. On
so,
your hand.
Yeah. So they picked me up because I looked down at my hand and there's just a puddle of fucking blood. And they come over, they pick me up, and it's just pouring out of my hand. And they're like they shut down operation for a good 10 minutes to get me situated. They're like, all right, sit him down. So they sit me down. They bring me over rags, like white rags that immediately turn red. And then
Was glass stuck in your hand?
no, there was like
Oh,
one little shard.
That's
but,
lucky.
Yeah.
That's very lucky. No, shot glasses too, since they're smaller.
Yeah.
Usually, have you seen one like drop before? Well, I mean, you've seen it, but
Well, I didn't
not
really
in
see
pain,
it. I
you've
felt
seen-
it. I didn't feel pain at all.
We know if you drop it upside down, you know it's like this pen.
Yeah.
It doesn't break in like little squares. It breaks in like little
Yeah.
spokes. So you're very lucky.
It fucked me up.
Unless it's in your hand, and you don't know about it. It usually breaks like spokes.
The hospital, don't worry, they did a poor job. I'll get to that. So the chefs are like, get him in a seat, get him something, get him water, whatever. And the adrenaline leaves, and it hits me, man. Like, because I didn't feel the initial pain. I sit down, I start getting dizzy. I'm like, I'm going to throw the fuck up. I'm like, trash can. They're like, what? I'm like, bring me a trash can. I'm like pale, like a ghost. And I'm
like
like,
you're fading in and out right now.
I mean, I wasn't.
You're on the edge.
It was
Like
more so the
everything's starting
shock. Yeah,
starting to
yeah,
close
yeah,
a little bit around your eyes.
Oh yeah.
That happened to me too.
So my one manager, she loads me up in her car. They wrap like 3 towels around my hand, throw my hands in a brown bag, and we leave. So we get to the hospital. It's probably 10:30 to 11 around that time, and it was St. Jude's Hospital. I walk in, and there's a metal detector, and there's 2 guards just kind of bullshitting, and I just like walk right past them because I'm out of it, man. Like I'm like, fuck, this hurts. I haven't seen my hand yet because I refuse to look at it. I walk past them. They don't say anything to me, and I'm like, do I have to like give you my stuff, then go through the metal detector? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, I go back, I do that. As my hand is like clearly fucked up, like it's wrapped with bandages and it's red and it's just, it's bad. So I go through and I don't know what to do. So I just kind of go find some people in this room and I'm like, I need help. So the one lady runs. She like dashes out the door and I'm like, that doesn't make me feel good at all. So then one lady's like, it's okay, calm down, sit down, we got all your information. So she's taking all my information as I'm like still out of it because I'm like, fuck, this is bad. Eventually, we get everything situated. They get me back in the room. The adrenaline's 100% gone, and I'm just feeling all of it, and it hurts like a bitch. So my manager leaves when my mom gets there. So she's watching me now. The doctor comes in, checks on me, sees that I haven't lost any fingers, and is like, does it hurt? And I'm like, yes. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much? Like a 9.5? I don't know. It hurts a lot. Like
15.
It's so bad. And they're like, well, would you like some painkillers or something? And I'm like, yes, please.
Oh my goodness.
I never got that painkiller. Never got that. It was just, they were like, okay, I'll be right back. Never came back.
Are you serious?
Oh, it happened to me twice at that
Really?
same hospital, yeah. Same thing whenever I, exploded all the vessels in my hand.
Oh my goodness.
I was like, this is immensely painful. Can I please get some painkillers, aspirin, anything? They're like, I'll be right there. Never got it.
A guy I used to work with in Virginia, that's where my job was.
Yeah.
He was getting ready to join the armed forces, and he had to get some scarred tissue cut off on his back. Ooh. So what they had to do in surgery was they had to cut his back open. Mm-hmm. Pretty.
Yeah, that's intense.
I never got to see like how it was cut, but based off the photo he sent me, I'm about to tell you about. It was a pretty big cut. What they did was when they cut the back open, when they went and grabbed like the different pieces of scar tissue, they sew it up. But apparently, I think he said it wasn't done well enough. He was in his bathroom. He fell, and the back of his head hit the wall, and then the stitches all burst down his back.
Shit.
Blood everywhere. He sent me a photo. Blood is everywhere, and he's a very calm person.
Dude.
And honestly, I don't think I've ever seen him freak out before. But when he sent me this picture, I was in Colorado on vacation.
Yeah. Dude, I want to go to Colorado so bad.
Oh, fine. I'll talk to my friend John. You can come with me. But it's seriously... I couldn't sit still. It was so bad.
Oh, I'm out of... Oh.
Are you sure you want to see it?
Oh, yeah. Of course I want to see it.
He lost a lot of blood.
Oh, yeah. Jesus Christ.
He lost a lot of blood from that.
Jesus Christ.
So, his back's wide open. I think he told me he was able to get back up after his back is open.
Yeah, you're fucking open.
And get himself help, because I don't think anyone was around when he was going to go take his shower.
Yeah. But the shower...
If that happened to me, bud, I would never be able to sit still again.
No, dude. That's
I don't handle that stuff well.
No.
He's a trooper. He really is.
Oh, yeah. But when... Like I said, I got stitches that night. Mm-hmm. So this bitch comes in. I'm calling her a bitch because she was a bitch and she's a shitty doctor.
You said it to her face.
No.
Oh.
But like,
Probably can't even make words in your mental state where you were at.
Yeah. Well, I'm joking with her. I'm like, I'm going to be okay. Everything's fine. I haven't lost a finger. This finger is kind of floppy, but we're okay.
We're okay. Hey, look what I can do.
Yeah. So she finally is like, okay, we're going to do your stitches. I'm going to give you the Novocaine. I'm going to inject it right into your fingers. That was the worst pain I've ever felt in my life. It's a big fucking needle in my hands. And she had to put them right into the cuts.
They don't put well, obviously disinfectant, but they don't put that like number stuff.
No,
on.
she just was like, I'm gonna fucking stab you.
Yeah, they just
fucking
right
stab
at it,
me.
don't they?
Yeah. And she's just fucking stabbing me. And she goes into this one. Bro, I felt it touch the other side of my fucking finger. Like she puts it all the way in, and I feel it pushing on this side. I'm like, it's about to go all the way through.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So she didn't even give me enough. So she's stitching me, and I feel her stitching me. Like, especially here, I feel like the thread getting pulled through. It hurts so bad. Like, I'm punching the bed I'm on, I'm kicking the thing, and like, she gets done with that. She's like, oh, can you feel that? It's like, motherfucker, yes, I can feel this. It hurts so bad. She's like, well, do you want more Novocaine? And I'm like, no, that hurts worse. Like, I'll just deal with this. So she gets it done, and she's washing it all up, and this right here stings real bad. And I'm like, that hurts a lot. And she's like, okay. Wipes off the rest of the blood, and she pauses, and she's like, I missed one. And I'm like, are you fucking me right now?
Are you serious?
Yeah. So like the biggest one she missed. And right here is still like super sensitive. Like it's like nerves. Like.
And this isn't urgent care. This is St. Jude's.
Yeah. It's like the emergency room, but like.
But still.
Yeah. And
It's a reputable name.
Yeah. And then she gives me more Novocaine, hurts like a motherfucker. She's like, I'll give you more this time. It's like, thank you for doing your job correctly. And then she stitches that one up. She did give me enough that time. I didn't feel it for the most part. And washes it up, sends me on my merry way.
The only surgery I ever got was for my wisdom teeth.
Oh, dude, my wisdom teeth, fuck. It's the worst experience.
Did you wake up during it?
Yeah.
You did too?
Yeah.
Okay.
While they were stitching me. Because I looked the doctor in the eye and I'm like, yo, put me back under.
I think they underestimated my weight and they didn't give me enough of a dose. I woke up and honest to God, he is probably the best doctor ever for this. He looks at me and says, shh. And like the nurses over there, like the rolly thing, like shoot more in. And I just go, okay.
Well, my doctors didn't give
I'm
a
just
fuck.
out.
And I'm pretty sure they did it wrong. Like they took my wisdom teeth out wrong. Or I don't know. They gave me something. Dude, I was
sore spots?
I was so sick after. It was the worst.
Everyone reacts differently.
I was so sick. And at the time I didn't have a bed because I was just transitioning from a futon to a bed, and I had the mattress, but not like a bed to put it on. So I was just on the floor. And dude, it was so bad. I got all 4 out at once. Did you do the same?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad time. Like my dad, he wakes me up and he's like expecting me to be all loopy and shit, and I'm like, Dad, now is not the time. He's like, you okay? And he's like, because apparently people are like, they get really honest and stuff whenever they're like they come out of it. My dad's like, have you smoking weed? And I'm like, Dad, we've been over this. Yes. It's like, it's like, what do you mean?
Yeah, when mine got pulled, I remember waking up. I remember I was trying to type something in on my phone and send it to somebody for some reason. And I remember I'm put in the car, and like I wake up and I'm just looking out the window, and my mom's driving me home. Next day, for some unknown reason, I decided I was still going to go to class.
Yeah.
I was still taking my community college classes. I had one class that day at 2 o'clock. I got up for some unknown reason, and I went. The teacher, like, flipped out, like, oh my God, why are you here? And I was like, I could barely speak.
Yeah.
And I was sick to my stomach. I couldn't eat anything.
No, I didn't eat
I didn't
for
want
like
to
a
drink
week.
anything. That night, I threw up big time.
Yeah. That's bad.
But that was it. After that, it was just like recovery after that. And it was fine.
Yeah.
But it was terrible.
Yeah, that's not a good time.
It was terrible.
Completely unrelated. While at Walmart, when you said that, reminded me that you like meditate and do like incense and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meditation, man. I started right before I turned 21.
Yeah.
And then I think I started burning incense probably like a month after I started. And like then I started burning it while I was meditating. And honestly, the longest I've gone for meditation has been like 3 hours roughly.
Yeah. And the reason I bring this up, it kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier about like what's out there and stuff.
Ah, this is where you want to go.
Yeah.
This is why I brought you on. I knew we were going to get into something deep. Go ahead. What do you got?
Man, just you tell me. What do you think?
In regards to what?
You.
Me.
And not like you're you,
Me.
but you're you.
My inner self.
Yeah.
Like what? Give me like a direction.
Okay, so
what do you want to hear? Like what kind of?
It's hard to explain, hard to talk about, but me and my buddy, we talk, and we have some pretty good talks, like basically, where are you in your body? Like, where do you think? Because like I feel like a lot of times people think of themselves as like up where their brains are, like that's where they feel their like spirit and consciousness. You know what I mean?
I'd probably agree with that.
Yeah, well, like
Because not to cut you off.
no, you're good.
When I started meditating, it was all up here.
Yeah.
I never experienced it until it went to my spine, which when I was done, I go to get up and my entire spine cracks perfectly.
Yeah.
And I think that was the most intense meditation I ever went through. And this was before I started burning incense, because I live in the basement of my house. I have soundproof tiles for recording. So if you go into that corner of the room, no one's home during the day, turn off a fan. The only thing that was on was a fridge, but it was very quiet. It is so quiet in that corner. Honestly, I could have been there all day.
That's awesome.
So like what I start with is I will start to shut down all parts of my body. I'll start with my hands, go to my arms, elbows, shoulders, chest, stomach, legs, all the way to the point it gets to my toes. The only thing that's still on is the brain.
Yeah.
And
So you have almost, sorry to cut you off, but you have almost like not out of body, but you kind of detach yourself from your physical.
when it's that quiet, yeah, and it I think it's only happened maybe twice, but everything that's going on in my mind, because we got a lot of shit going on these days.
Do.
There's a lot of stuff you can think about, even if it's not yourself, someone else, what's going on in the world. There's always something to think about. It all stopped.
Yeah, it does.
Like that. It was so crazy. Everything stops, and then to try and put it in like visual terms, imagine like you're 5 years old.
Yeah.
You don't know what the hell's going on in the world. That's what it was like. So it's like starting out having like this very small view of the world again. And then you start to kind of look at things a little differently. And then like your mind will start to play with you, and it'll make you think about other things that other people have gone through. And it's more of like a you feel bad for them. Like, because people tell you shit that goes on.
Yeah.
Like, but you look at it from a completely different angle. And if you never respected what they said, you respect it in a new way. It was the strangest thing I've ever gone through.
Yeah.
It was so crazy. But honestly, I think it was just because my brain was turned on.
Yeah.
Everything else is turned off. Do I feel like I left my body physically? Not really.
Well, like in the back of your mind, like you didn't leave your body.
I know my mind went elsewhere for 3 hours.
Now, I don't, like, when I, quote, meditate, I don't think, I'd meditate, but not like the traditional sense. Like, I lay down, and I like doing this a lot in water because, like, I can float. But I focus on the tips of my fingers and the soles of my feet. And, like, it almost gets, like, tingling, And, like your spine thing, like, when you close them, it's almost like they're tight. But when I'm laying in bed at night, and I basically just, like, fall into the, like, I give myself to the bed, and I'm just, like, completely stop. And I just accept the fact that I view myself as, like, here, like, my chest area is, like, completely separate. And then, like, you just think, like, you just solve your problems. And, do you happen to know anything about, like, or looked into DMT?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have personally never done it. But,
Never have I.
No. I have a couple of buddies that have done it, and I've looked a lot into it because it fascinates me. And just the stories, man, that they get, just the out-of-bodies experiences. It's like, that's the kind of shit that makes, like, kind of validates it, Like, why? You know what I mean? Am I making sense?
Yes.
Okay.
To me, you are. To anyone listening right now,
Probably
I
not.
don't know.
Yeah.
Because not a whole lot of people do meditation.
No.
So not a whole lot of people get that out-of-body experience.
No. It's definitely a different way of looking at things.
It is pretty crazy.
Yeah, it is.
When you experience something
I mean,
like that.
it just...
You look at the world in a completely different way.
Yeah, you do.
Now, it explains why so many, like, artists have, like, smoked so much shit.
Yeah.
Because they get that out-of-body experience, and they come up with these crazy-ass ideas for stuff.
Well, dude, like, I don't smoke anymore.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like, I used to, like, smoke all the time.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, I don't anymore.
Hey, man, power to the people.
Yeah, but, dude, it's just a whole other ballgame. Like,
Are we talking, like, deep shit?
Yeah. Like...
THC?
Yeah.
Like, deep?
Yeah.
Like, how much?
Like how much I smoke or how much at one time?
How much you smoke? How long have you done it?
I started smoking maybe end of freshman year, and then went until end of junior year,
Okay.
and then I stopped.
Did with friends, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's like, I didn't do it in the traditional sense where, like, I was like, oh, let's go smoke, party, or whatever. Like, I did it almost as, like, just to relax and, like, talk to my friends and think. Because it alters your thinking a lot.
Yeah, I've heard some stories from people.
Yeah.
Never smoked it.
I mean, I'm not going to be one of those guys that's like, bro, weed's the answer to everything. But it's like it,
But
it
you know
has
what? You know
downsides.
why they talk like that, and you know why those jokes come out.
Yeah.
People take that, like they will make the biggest joke out of that, but you know why they do that.
Yeah.
And it's so hard to explain.
Yeah, it is.
Granted, I haven't smoked it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, accidentally, I did take an edible, but that's a story for another day. I don't know if I ever told you. That's a story for another day. That was on accident, too.
I mean, I don't want to come on here and be like, hey, kids, go do drugs or whatever, but, like, if you're going to do it anyway.
I mean, some people do need it.
Yeah, I mean...
Was it anxiety, stress? But then some people will abuse it just for that quick little buzz of anything.
I mean, for sure, like, it was... The people say you can't get addicted, that's absurd. Because whenever I was stopping, it was hard. Like
I think if you smoke grass on, like physical grass, not not the slang, like physical grass.
Yeah.
Just the idea of like lighting shit and putting it in your mouth, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna do that again.
Yeah.
Same with cigarettes, cigars, you name it.
I mean,
it's that action.
It alters your mental state drastically. It's not like if you smoke enough, it alters your mental state drastically. And that
Does that
feeling.
happen to you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You trip and go somewhere else?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a feeling. Like it's especially.
How'd you stop? Did you just say one day I'm done and just do other stuff to try and stay away from it?
Well, it was actually my girlfriend that got me to stop because like she had a bad past with her or whatever, and she's like, I can't tell you to stop because I can't control you, but I don't know if like I can emotionally and mentally be with you if you're going to be doing this. And I was like, well, priorities. It's just a substance. Like I can get rid of that for her, you know. And we've been dating for 2 years. So, yeah. So
And anything for love.
yeah.
You know, if they stick with you, you'll stick with them.
I mean, like, I'd still hang out with my friends and, like, they'd smoke, and I'd be like, damn, I really want to do this, but, like, I didn't. And, I mean, now I'm fine. I can be around this, whatever. But, like, to say it's non-addictive is crazy.
Just like nicotine. I remember one time, it was one time I got a whiff of that. I was like, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's, like, all I'd say to myself. I'm like, I see why that's addictive.
Yeah, I mean, I've smoked a cigar here and there.
That's different.
Yeah.
Cigar and cigarettes. Those are different.
Huge difference.
Smoking
not
cigarettes
huge,
at the job I used to work at before I worked at Red Robin, that was a big thing.
but yeah.
Some people needed to smoke cigarettes.
Oh, it's a physical dependency.
People will shake.
Yeah.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, like with the thing with like weed, I feel like that's definitely more of a mental dependency. I don't know if there's any records of physical dependency, like you're physically going to have symptoms, but I know some friends, they're like, bro, I could stop at any time. It's like, no, you can't, dude.
Well, you know, and then you look at them and you're like, you know, you might actually could. Like, you look at them like, actually, you smoke enough, you might actually do it again. Because, like, I saw something, it made me not want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
You're like, well, shit. You smoked the shit that made him stop doing this shit. It's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know how long it's going to take until it's legal in every state. Not just CBD, but eventually THC.
Yeah, I mean, like CBD, it has. I haven't looked a lot into it, but depending on where you buy it from, it doesn't have any THC. Sometimes there's some traces, depending on where it's made or whatever. But apparently, it's really fucking good for you. I don't know CBD. I haven't looked too much into it. But
When I was in Colorado, you can go into Walmart and get CBD.
yeah,
Never seen that in my life.
you can do
Come
it
on,
now.
Maryland boy coming to Colorado, I saw some shit I'm probably never going to see again.
Yeah.
But it is amazing. You could easily pick out the people in Colorado who were gone.
Yeah.
Who were just walking because they see a rainbow and they see a pot of gold and the leprechaun.
Yeah.
But then you got some people who, they're stumbling, but they're on the path to God.
Yeah.
And then there are some people who don't do it at all.
Yeah.
But you can easily pick out the people.
Oh, for sure.
That was incredible to me.
I mean, I wouldn't get like, because like you can smoke a little bit, you know, it releases some stress or whatever. But then you can still function as a person. But then you get, as we say, stoned to the bone, and you're gone. Like you shouldn't be in public.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
Yeah, it's just
It's
it's not a good time for anyone.
Well, you know, it's kind of scary.
Yeah, it is.
Because you hear shit that those people say, especially if it's some of your friends. Like, some of the shit they say, you're kind of like, you would never have said that before unless you were this baked right now. It's crazy.
Yeah. My first time, because like I would take a couple hits here and there, but my first time getting like high. I don't remember this. They claim this happened. I don't think it did. A couple of my buddies. I was smoking out of a bowl, and it goes around a couple times. I take my last hit. That's a big one. My hand, like, fucking goes out and back in, and I'm like, I yell, "Fuck!" And I like set it down, and because like before this, I had smoked I had quote smoked a couple hits a couple times. So I'm like, I know what this is like now. I can go a little more. Didn't know what it was like. It's a whole other ball game.
Until it happens.
Yeah.
You're like,
and
whoa.
I'm like, fuck. So I go up and I'm like, what the fuck is going on, guys? And they're like, calm down, man. And I'm like, no, fuck this shit. And I go in and I lay down on the couch. I fall asleep. And they wake me up a little later. And I'm like, and they're like, bro, what the fuck just happened to you? And I'm like, dude, I don't fucking know. Like, this shit was just weird to me. And they claim that I was yelling that they were fucking gnomes, but I don't believe that shit at all. Like, like I remember the night. It's not like I was, like, blacked out. I was just, like, I was freaking out because I've never had that experience before.
I think there was a time one of my friends was really trying to push me to, start smoking weed, hit a blunt, do something.
That's just a dick move. You don't want to push someone to do that.
Well, he wanted me to experience what he was experiencing.
Yeah.
And I told him, like, I don't need it.
No.
I'm a happy person without it.
Nah, and I completely respect that. It's like you don't push someone to do that shit. Like, if you want to do it, more power to you. But if you don't, more power to you.
I mean, like, save it for you. You want it?
Yeah, exactly.
Smoke the shit. I don't care.
Yeah.
But I think when I started lighting incense and the different flavors, I think that's what worked better for me.
Yeah.
Because at a certain point, I was like, maybe I just give it a shot. What the hell? Just to say I did it. I did.
No.
I started burning incense.
Yeah.
Which was, I think, a much better move.
Mm-hmm.
It got to the point where, like, I'd light, like, 5 of those things off a day.
Yeah.
Because I just love the smell of
No,
incense.
they're awesome. I light them all the time. It fucking sucks we can't light them here.
Yeah, that's a rule.
Yeah.
That's a rule, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. What kind of flavors of incense? We were at Walmart. What was your favorite?
I like Dragon's Blood.
Dragon's
I
Blood.
like Sandalwood. I have a lavender cone at my house. It's pretty good. It's not lavender cone like the scent. It's a lavender incense cone. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I first started, like, smelling incense at church because one of the altar servers would, like, shake the thing and the incense would go out.
Yeah.
At first, I thought it was terrible.
Yeah.
But then, like, a few years later, I'm like, I like that.
It's kind of nice.
I like that all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Like, just like that smoke smell to it.
It's good.
And mixed in with whatever's in there.
It's strong.
It is. I wish I could get that.
Yeah.
but it's only the little sticks, unfortunately.
Yeah.
If I had, like, a little burner thing, oh, my God.
I was thinking about getting one on my car.
Oh, really?
I was
like
thinking
the
about,
ashtrays, like,
yeah.
a little burner.
That'd be awesome. Dude, I have one that all the time. It's dangerous as hell. It's just fire, but it doesn't even, like, burn, though, like a candle.
Well, when you burn it, what I do, like, I light it, let it burn for, like, 10 seconds at the end.
Yeah.
Do, like, a soft blow, so that way it's all inside the stick now.
Yeah.
Don't let it burn like that, because it lasts longer that way.
Oh, yeah, no, you don't leave it on fire.
Well, you see, I didn't know that when I first started.
Oh.
So a stick would go, like, 10 minutes. I'm like...
Yeah. That's a long fucking fire. Well, no, I guess it ashes off.
Usually goes, like, 45 minutes?
Yeah, I'd say so. It goes a while.
Standard size is like that, right?
Almost like that.
That's what I get.
It's long.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, like the stick, like it's like half a corn dog stick. So it's
Yeah,
like,
good point.
the stuff that actually burns is probably that long. Yeah.
What, I forget what they're called. The little things that you can light.
The cones.
Cones.
Yeah,
I think I've only done those once.
they're pretty dope.
Are they?
Yeah, especially the smoke that they produce because it burns down. Like the smoke comes down through the bottom, so it looks like water.
Maybe I did it wrong.
It's real cool.
I think I did it wrong.
Maybe. Well, if you don't have the right burner, then it's not gonna work.
Yeah, I was about to say I did it wrong.
Nah.
I definitely did it wrong then.
Oh, the water. Like, you see videos of, like, the back burners. That's what they're called. but it looks exactly like that in person. It's so smooth. It's so cool.
It got to the point where I'd put the incense stick in, I'd light it, and I'd just go to bed.
Yeah, because like you can't do that with a
Love
candle.
it.
You can't do that with a candle.
But you know, you wake up, you close the door to your room, it's still there.
Yeah, it's there for like a
And like
while.
you feel your lungs, you're like, oh boy.
It's like I love the smell of smoke. See, what I would do, I'd turn off the AC, close off all the windows, whatever, close my door, and I would light 2 incense, and it would just fucking film a smoke across the room, because it's like
Really?
it's like that dense to the point where like it doesn't go to the top, doesn't go to the bottom, it's just right in the fucking middle.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Well, I'd set up so I had my fan blow so it'd start to go in a circle.
Yeah.
But it'd start to die out before it made like a lap around. And I was thinking like, what if we turn up the fan speed? And then like the whole thing just goes out. And I'm like,
Yeah.
damn it. I want to get like this like little whirlpool thing going.
What's the problem with the? I can't have my AC on when I use my back burner because that stuff's so sensitive, like the littlest breeze. But if there's no airflow, it just sits there like a pool, like a puddle. It's so cool.
Man, that... I love incense.
That's
When I found out my dad loved incense,
Oh.
because he's grown up in the Catholic Church, always smelled it.
Yeah.
He always loved it. So I think it was Father's Day. I got him a burner and some incense sticks. I'm like, here you go. I was so excited to give that to him.
Well, that's awesome. See, no one else in my family, they don't dislike my incense, but they don't really burn it. So I burn it, and they're like, whatever.
Well, everyone in my family's used to smelling it because of church.
Yeah.
So, you know, if I light a whole lot, and like this, I try to keep the door closed when I do it because like it can leak out easily.
Oh, it's a strong scent.
And
It's
I
getting
don't,
over
I
the
don't
house.
want like people to like smell it if they don't want to. So, one time my dad came down. I think I burned like 3 of them in a row, and I was just like going to town, like doing work in my room.
Mm.
He comes in, and he's like, "Whoa!" I'm like, "Yeah." There's like smoke everywhere.
Yeah. Well, like if the smell when it's starting to fade, it does a little bit smell like cigarettes. Like after like a day or so of it being in there and you haven't lit one for a while, like slightly. It's clearly not slightly. So my mom comes in, she's like, "What the fuck are you doing? You smoking cigarettes in here?" I'm like, "No, you know, like I'm."
That's when you pick it up and you put it in your mouth.
Yeah, it's like,
No.
I remember the day my parents found out that I was smoking weed.
How'd that go over for you?
Well,
If you want to talk about it.
No, it's fine. I'll talk about it. I come home, and like I'd go to my buddy's house a while. Like I'd sleep the night or whatever. And it's like I'm that age. They know I'm up to no good. And I'm upstairs, and my dad calls me down. He sounds angry. I'm like, fuck. He calls me down, and he's like, "Whose fucking weed is this?" And I never had weed in the house
shoot.
because I knew my dad when he was a kid. He smoked a lot of weed, and he's not dumb. He'd know where it was,
Right.
like easily. And I'm like, "It's not mine." And I walk into the kitchen, and he's like, "Is this your weed?" Like again, when I'm in the kitchen, and like I clearly could hear him, and I was just like, I panic. I'm like, "What?" And then he calls me, and he's like, "Is this your weed?" And I look at it, and I'm like, "Dad, that's catnip." And he's like, "Yeah, I know. Why'd you hesitate?" And I'm like, "I don't know." He's like, "You smoking weed?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Like the
Ooh.
jig's up.
So your dad did it too?
When he was young.
Okay.
I mean, it was a
that's
it-
when it was cool.
Yeah, it was a whole ass different time back then.
That was back in Woodstock,
Yeah.
which might be why you like Woodstock. You know about Woodstock 50 coming up?
No.
Yeah,
Where's that at?
I think New York again.
Fuck, I'll go.
I don't know if it's a farm field, but I know it's New York. I think it's more like rave scene as opposed to like peace, love, war.
I mean, you're not gonna get that kind of. You're not gonna get the Woodstock.
You're
vibe
never gonna
anymore.
get that ever again.
No.
Times are way too different.
Yeah, and the music they're gonna be playing is not gonna be that music.
No, the names that are gonna be performing are not what you think.
No.
Which is unfortunate.
Yeah, it is. Like I would love to go see Hendrix perform. That'd be awesome.
Is he one of your favorites?
I love Hendrix.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
I got you.
My mom was pissed. She was like, "You ever fucking smoke that shit again? You're grinding forever." And my dad was like, "What'd you smoke it out of?" And he was like, "Well, how much you smoke? A couple joints?" And I was like,
No.
"No." I was like, "I don't know. I smoked out of a bowl." And he's like, "How the fuck do you know what a bowl is?" It's like, "Dad, we've just established that I've been smoking weed."
Man, you're digging a hole.
Yeah, I know.
You should have just been like, I didn't cut the grass this morning.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know, Dad. They made me.
Wow.
It's like I thought it was.
So is that the craziest you've gone is weed? No, like.
Nothing else.
pills,
Fuck no.
coke,
No, I wouldn't do anything man-made.
meth,
No.
nicotine,
Only
sunflower seeds, bubble gum.
I wouldn't do anything
Twinkies.
that's not natural. Like anything natural, I'd say fair game. Anything man-made, fuck no. Fuck no.
What? It's like you can smoke a sunflower or something. Have
Can
you heard
you?
about that?
I don't know.
That's something.
Oh, I know. I do know
like
what
the
you're talking
middle of
about.
it.
I know what
You
you're talking
like the
about.
middle, but like you cut the stem like in half or something. You like the middle. The petals give off something that can like really get you going.
There's I don't remember what it is, but my friend was trying to get it one day. He's a lot more into this stuff than I was. He's done. He hasn't he's done everything natural you can think of, like shrooms, DMT. He's done acid. I think he's done all that stuff. I haven't. I just smoke weed. But
You might want to call him after
I might
this.
have to. Be like, hey, you're on a podcast.
A man of the field.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like his DMT story though, it's crazy. Like, he said he was like, it's like you're tripping, like and you know what's going on, but you're not where you were. Like he said he was up in space and there were a bunch of like gondolas, like paddling by him, and he was just kind of floating there, and he was just kind of soaking it in before he got sucked back in. But the scariest fucking story I heard of was this dude Chris I went to school with. I don't know. His name's not Chris. His name's Greg. Let's go with Greg.
Hey man, call him whatever your name you want.
All right.
For story's sake.
Yeah. Well, this dude fucking he does a lot of shit. I don't know if there's anything he hasn't done. Well, he hasn't done the hard shit, like he hasn't done heroin, meth, or whatever. But he might have done coke. I don't know. He did DMT, and I was hearing about his story. He was up in like it was just white, and he was walking down this like hallway, and then in the distance he saw this bright fucking light, and he gets to it, and it's just, he sees it's a giant fucking person, and the person's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. He's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you, and he keeps yelling at him. He's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. And then he comes back to, and he's like freaking out. He's like, dude, I need a minute. He goes, walks around, comes back, and apparently with DMT during the trip, you're a little foggy, so like you don't know. But when you come back down, your memory of what just happened comes together a lot better. Like the pieces start falling together. And he's like, at first I was scared as shit because this giant figure just said, I'm going to fucking kill you. And then he was like, but now when I came down, I'm remembering shit more. He said, I'm going to fucking kill you if you don't change this certain aspect of your life. And he wouldn't tell anyone what that aspect was. He was just like, dude, I can't tell you. Like because I'm not too close with him, but my one buddy is, and he was telling him the story. They're really tight. He was like, dude, I can't tell you. I can't tell anyone. This is shit I just got to deal with. And I was like, damn, that's fucking deep. Like, him on DMT tripped so hard to the point where he, like, changed his life. I mean, this dude also tripped shrooms with a shotgun, but it's crazy, man. Crazy shit.
What in the world?
Yeah, well, I don't know the science behind DMT, but what's the part of the brain right here?
I don't know.
Well,
The front part, I don't know.
It's the part of the brain where, through like, it's where you become quote quote enlightened. It's the part where your third eye is, and that's where DMT is produced naturally in the brain. Like DMT is produced naturally in the brain. So I don't know. It goes back to a bunch of.
What if you
spiritual
crack
shit.
your knuckles right next to the microphone
Well, you
for
know,
effect?
it's a habit. It's a habit. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, it makes you think. I remember whenever we went into this guy's house one time, we went down into his basement, and we come down, and there's just shrooms all over the table. There's weed everywhere. There's DMT in, like, containers. There's everything. And I'm like, what's up, dude? And he's tripping. He had just taken a couple mushrooms. He's tripping, and then there's just a gun next to him. And I'm like, okay, this is like a pellet gun or whatever, and I'm not thinking much of it. And then my friend goes to pick it up, and he's like, yo, don't fucking touch that. That's loaded.
Oh,
And I'm like,
shit.
is that a real gun? He's like, yeah, I don't trip without a shotgun next to me because it freaks me out. And I'm like, well, then don't fucking trip if you need a shotgun,
What?
dude. Yeah, he said he's afraid that if someone comes down, he's not gonna be able to defend himself. But like that can happen if you're not tripping, dude. Yeah,
What?
he was a weird dude.
Yeah, that's.
And this motherfucker has his pilot's license.
And he's got a shotgun next to him.
Yeah, on drugs.
Oh yeah, because that's the perfect combination. Put him in the plane with the shotgun
I mean,
while he's
hey.
on drugs.
Yeah, it was weird. The one year he just disappeared, went to Ohio, got his pilot's license, and came back a year later.
That is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, I know. Like, no one knew where the fuck, like, what happened to him, where he went. He just comes back, and we're like, dude, where the fuck you been? He's like, I went to Ohio, I got my pilot's license. It's like, okay.
Just like that. Just
Just
gone.
like
We got the pilot
Yeah.
license.
It took him a while, and then he was down in Florida for a little bit, just fucking cuz.
Because he has a plane, I guess.
I don't know. Like, he didn't really do school much, but yeah, he just did whatever
Did
he
he
wanted.
finish high school?
No.
Come on.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, at least finish high school.
Yeah, no. Didn't do that.
It's not that hard.
It's not hard. It's actually fairly
the
easy.
system is so easy.
It's like, all you gotta do is meet, like, bare
Show
minimum.
up.
Yeah.
Just show up.
Mhm.
Show up and act like you're paying attention.
Yeah, just like, dude, copy everything you do. Like, go, like, it's really easy.
I mean, after high school, it's your own choice, but
Yeah.
you gotta finish high school.
Yeah.
You just have to.
Uh-huh.
I don't understand when people say, I dropped out of high school. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's high school.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody can do it. Come on. We all do it.
Yeah.
I don't get that.
No.
Exactly. Do it. Just do it.
Just finish it up, man. Like, you don't have to, like, if I didn't care about my grades, high school would have been so fucking easy. Like, it would have been a breeze.
I mean, there was a time I was struggling with grades in high school, and you're like, man,
Yeah.
screw this. I don't want to be here.
Well, that was my 10th grade year, I'd say.
I think that was me also.
No, I mean, my 10th grade year was also when I was at, like, the height of my, like, I'm partying and shit.
Like the dog days of the school year.
Yeah.
Like you're in the middle, like, I just don't care about anything right now.
See, freshman year, I had the decency to not party on the weekdays or, like, do any drugs on the weekdays or alcohol. And sophomore year, I was like, fuck it.
Oh, you're just an animal.
I was like, Wednesday? Fuck it. Shots at my place. No.
You went all out like that.
It was, sophomore year was a fucking time.
So, how much alcohol have you consumed? Like,
Fuck.
have you consumed like a fair amount of
Yeah.
like different kinds of things?
Yeah, I mean, I stopped drinking, too, whenever I stopped smoking. So I don't really...
Oh, bless your soul. Not all of us can say the same.
No. I mean, like, I'll have, like, a beer here and there or whatever, but I don't drink hell.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah, I will.
Sit on the porch and crack one.
Yes, sir. But I don't drink as heavy as I used to, dude. Every weekend I was at a party throwing back shots or whatever, just like...
So you truly were like a party boy.
Yeah. And it was like, I was young. I was sophomore year. I was young.
So-
Junior year, I started to die back a bit. That's when me and my girlfriend started dating, so I didn't go to as many parties.
Did you ever black out?
Almost.
Drunk?
Yeah.
Puke?
Oh, yeah.
Just no blackout.
Yeah. I was at my buddy's house, and there was a party. And, I'm just grabbing whatever, drinking for the sole purpose, like, I'm going to get fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
And, it got to the point where, like, alcohol no longer had flavor. It was just, like, drinking
That's
water.
when you know to stop.
Yeah, well, I didn't.
Too late.
Dude, like, there was a girl standing, like, from me to you. I couldn't fucking see her face. It was so blurry.
Were you
like-
taking shots?
Huh?
Were you taking shots?
I was taking shots. I was just chugging the bottle.
See, I
I
don't
was,
like shots.
like, literally, me to you right now, nothing. It was foggy. She was, like, talking to me, and I'm like, I know who you are because, like, we're friends, but, like, I can't fucking see you.
Man,
So,
I don't like shots
Yeah.
because of that very
yeah.
reason.
Well, I grabbed
It's
a...
no fun.
I grabbed a fucking Four Loko after everything tasted like water, and I finished that.
How full was it?
Full.
All the way. Like you cracked the thing open.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
my
then
boy.
I laid down, and I'm like, because I'd never thrown up before drinking, and I was like, I'm not going to throw up. I'm not going to throw up. Well, I fucking threw up.
Oh yeah.
I projectile.
More than you thought you would.
Oh, dude, I've never seen that much puke. I've never felt that much puke. I puked at like a stream for about a minute. Like
I'm
all
pretty
over-
sure you'd be dead, but okay, I'll let that one slide.
It was too long of a stream. Like, it shouldn't have been going on this long. It was comical.
Oh, my.
It was all over his floor, and then they brought me a garbage can. I finished up in there. But the rule of the party was, you throw up, you clean that shit up, and goddamn it, I was on my hands and knees in that shit cleaning it up.
Right after you did it.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
Had to, man. Party foul.
Man.
And then I went upstairs into the guest room where my one buddy and this other dude I went to school with were already passed out in bed. So they put me into bed with those two. So, needless to say, I passed out right after that, and I woke up to bed next to two dudes.
There you go.
Yeah, I know.
Your parents were still on.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Oh, it worked so bad. It was so bad of a hangover.
Man.
The other time,
No blackout.
I've thrown up twice.
Okay.
And then I was like, fuck this. I want to do something where it fucking sucks. That was the first time. The second time, I was on my other buddy's party, but he was a little older than me. So I go there with a couple of buddies my age, and it's like a high school party. It's whatever. I'm mingling, talking to people. But me and my one friend, we had this bet going. We were going to do 10 rounds of Jose Cuervo.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
You know the reference of the song?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, fuck it, we're doing 10 rounds of Jose Cuervo. Well, granted, we lost count and started counting again. So I hit 10 rounds.
My.
Oh, yeah. But the party went on. So at one point in the night, it was probably a couple hours in, I lost all the friends I came with. I'm like, I don't know where anyone fucking went. The people that kept coming kept getting older and older. Now I'm like sophomore Ryan at a party with a bunch of college kids. I got to keep up. Because a couple of them I knew because they were like seniors the year before. And they're like, bro, come play like beer pong with us, whatever. So.
Did you keep up?
Oh, I kept up. Because I couldn't taste anything. Of course I was keeping up.
Man, boy.
And
Is that when you got hungover? Was that one of those experiences? Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, it's fun, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. And I told my brother the day before that I'd help him go into the woods and build like airsoft like shelters. Oh, and he held me accountable and I had to go do that in my state. But everyone leaves. It was me and this other dude. His name was John. He's just going through this guy's fucking house, finds a panini maker, and I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. So he fires up.
You didn't put your hand in there.
Oh, I did.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
I didn't mean to, but he sets up the panini maker.
You put your hand in a panini maker.
Yeah. I fucking...
How much could you feel yourself?
It wasn't... I barely feel, dude. I just knew it burned, and I knew I need... Like, I was like, ow. But yeah, I like leaned on the counter where the panini was. I was... barely felt a thing, bro.
How bad was the burn?
It really wasn't that bad.
Really?
Yeah. And then it was just me and him left, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna stay the night here. It's 3 a.m, and I'm like, I'm feeling it, and I'm like, I'm gonna throw up. So I call my mom. I'm like, Mom, can you come pick me up? I fucked up. Like I messed up bad. So.
Did your parents know you were partying?
They knew I was going to
in the
party.
younger years of high school, of course.
I mean, my parents have been always pretty open about like drinking. They're like, we understand you're gonna drink responsibly, don't be a dumbass. I was a dumbass.
See, my parents worded it differently.
Yeah.
They said, drink, have fun, be smart.
Yeah.
I didn't know what the be smart part meant until the be dumb part came up.
No, so I call her. I'm like, Mom, I don't feel well. Can you come pick me up? She's like, yeah, I'll be over. While I'm waiting, I throw up on a tree like twice. She comes, picks me up. I'm sitting on the ground just next to my vomit. She's like, what's wrong? And I'm like,
Look at it.
I don't feel well. She's like, well, are you sick? And I'm like, yeah, I threw up. And she's like, were you drinking? And I'm like, yeah. And then
Yeah, what's it to you?
and I'm just like, can you please just scold me tomorrow? Like, can this be a thing for tomorrow? Like, I'm so much in pain right now. So yeah, my punishment was I had to go out and work in 90-degree weather, building shit in the woods, hungover. It was bad.
That was your punishment.
Well, like I said, I told my brother I'd help him the day before, before I knew I'd be fucked up. And he was like, "Oh, you're not getting out of this because you were dumb." Yeah.
Oh, he didn't let you go.
Oh no, he was like, it was your dumb decision to do that. So now you're still helping me, and I was like, fuck.
Please,
Yeah.
please let me go.
Yeah. Other than that, not like I've never gotten to the point where I was like bad like that. Never again. It was just 2 times.
Man.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't trade that experience for the world.
Oh no.
No, because it's like those life experiences where
I mean, yeah.
you gotta do it once.
Yeah, you gotta learn from it.
You gotta live it once.
You gotta.
Just at least tell the story on the podcast. You gotta live.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I got 2 stories out of that.
You gotta live the experience out. You really do.
You do.
Well, we're coming up here on 2 hours.
It's a lot of time.
2 hours. You know what you can do in 2 hours?
Um,
Take a class here, go see a movie, be back before this is done.
Speaking of movies, I'm going to see It 1 and 2 tomorrow at a drive-in for my girlfriend's birthday.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's some fun.
Any shout outs you want to give before we wrap her up?
I'll shout out, like, I don't know, I guess all the people I was just talking about in my stories. Girlfriend.
All the designated drivers.
Yeah. Oh, there were no drivers. We walked everywhere.
Oh, you had to walk.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't know, all the people in the stories. Yeah, that's about it, man.
Any social media you want to plug? YouTube channel you might have? Any of that?
I don't have a YouTube channel, but I have an Instagram, just r.slebs.
I might want to spell that for people, just in case.
R.SLEBS. It's an Instagram account.
Slebs.
Slebs. Sunny Slebs.
Sunny Slebs. Well, I was waiting. I was excited for this one.
Yeah.
Because I knew you had some good stuff to say. Thank you for coming on. Appreciate
pleasure
it.
to be here.
And
Sunny Slebs.
good luck in school.
Oh, thank you.
Good luck. How many classes?
Shit. I got 6 classes.
6?
Yeah.
Damn, boy.
Yeah, the one is the LRX one. So.
All right, bud. Well, thanks for coming on. Appreciate it.
Pleasure to be here.
And we'll get you on again. Trust
Yes.
me. Promise.
Oh, I'll
We will
come
get
with.
you on.
We haven't even scratched the surface.
This is just the introduction.
Oh yeah.
All right, bud. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, no problem.